Nation, we are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already back in the building. Salute. Me and Hammer. It's been a while, man, since we've done just our show, the duo. Good to see little bro in the building. How we feeling, man?
Good, man. We are about 17 minutes away from the official start of the 2026 NFL new league year. A lot of moving and shaking has already happened during the tampering period. A lot more moves has happened today. We are going to bring everything to you in its entirety as things break, as we're live. Salute to everybody in the chat. And yeah, is this one little part? Point them high in the sky. Do me a favor.
Acknowledge me.
You are acknowledged, kind sir, and also the greatest chat in YouTube history. You guys are also acknowledged. Make sure you break them thumbs over at Hammer's channel. Also, make sure you wipe them feet over at mine. Hit that subscribe button on both channels. I'm 30 subscribers away from 30,000, y'all. 30 away from 30K. So if you are not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps us go crazy in the algorithm, man. I want to ask your opinion real quick, brother. I went live last night, talked about it a lot more this morning. How are you feeling about the Maxx situation? And right now it looks as though he will remain a Raider. The price tag is still the same, 2 firsts. Teams are calling, but it sounds like the Raiders will not budge again unless they get the asking price. It looks like Maxx is back in the building after we rebuilt this defense through free agency, man. How are you feeling in particular? We heard Big Mike, we heard Wasted, we heard myself. How are you feeling about this?
The situation itself was fucked up.
Yeah.
But now he's back in Vegas with a completely different defense and a lot of star power there. Like, I like the setup with these signings, the signings that they did make. It's just so fucked up. And I think teams in the future will think twice before they conduct business with the Baltimore Ravens, because this is not the first time that they have pulled something like this. I don't know if anybody saw the video that Will Compton put out.
We talked about it.
It's just completely disrespectful.
Ryan Grant, the commander,
disrespectful.
At the time, the Redskins, Baltimore pulled the plug on him and brought in Michael Crabtree after we cut him. So yeah, they're definitely no stranger to pulling some bullshit. And then they go out there and sign Trey Hendrickson to a massive deal, and now they're trying to sell this this picture of the plan was to pair Trey Hendrickson with Maxx Crosby. With what money? I know they restructured Lamar, but again, that was not enough money to bring both those guys in. I don't know why. Exactly. I don't know why Chef and these guys try to go out here and clean up these organizations' mess. I do. The money is definitely out there. Look, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. I know these agents. I know these GMs. I know that these owners definitely push narrative, through the national media. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, you really thought you were going to pair Hendrickson with Maxx? That is what, $60+ million in cap on 2 edge rushers. And now you have to figure out what you're doing, Lamar, and you lost a slew of talent in free agency as well. I just don't see how that would actually work. It's kind of crazy, man. Salute to Ray Glide. Colin Cowherd said the Raiders should take a 2nd and a 4th. Nasty work. Colin Cowherd has no idea what he's talking about. And at the end of the day, man, we would rather keep Maxx Crosby, because guess what? You have Maxx. I said this on the show earlier. You have a Maxx with a chip on his shoulder. The chip on his shoulder. This is going to be a different Maxx Crosby, and he will be ready come week 1. And we're going to see a different version of Mad Maxx. Again, they knew what that knee was. This was not a long-term situation. They tried to act as though, we were good with the short term. It was a short-term move. You guys were going all in with Maxx Crosby. You realize, oh shit, Trey Hendrickson is available. We don't have to part ways with 2 firsts. Let's go ahead and go that route, and we'll put a pooled physical on Maxx. And now it makes him look crazy. It makes the Raiders look crazy. but more importantly, it makes your organization look crazy because nobody is stupid. We all can read the room here and see what the hell is going on. Salute to Tassi, my guy. Can we restructure Maxx and Colton for more cap? Yes, we definitely can. You know
I'll
what
give you,
it would be if we restructured Maxx? You said 13, roughly 13.
It's roughly 13 for
Colton.
It's roughly 13 for Colton, but let me take a look. I know Scout put something up early this morning saying the cap space that we do have available right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, there's been so many weird.
I don't think, we love our little bro, but I don't think that's accurate. But right now, I'm looking at it. So right now, it says a cap space remaining, and you and I had to talk yesterday. I gave you the numbers the second I saw he was back on the books. Right now, it says our cap space room is 6.988.
Okay, where are you seeing this?
PFSN, Pro Football Network, the ultimate. So
because again, bro, over the cap has us at 37 million.
Yeah.
Hot Track has us at 50 million. And then Scout said roster stands at 60 with 37.9 in cap space, but that's not factoring in Walker and Stokes. So you take what? 15, 25 off of there. You're looking at probably 12.9. And
I want to find something because I did.
But they can structure those deals in a different way as well, where all that money doesn't go towards the cap. So again, I don't really know. And then roughly $20 million for the draft class as well.
So I spoke to somebody last night with connections inside the building. Mm-hmm. And as of right now, from what I'm hearing from inside the building, it says that we have 49 million in cap space available.
Okay.
I'm looking at this one from PFSN. I'm going to restructure Maxx and Colton real quickly with this 6.9 it says that we have and just see exactly how much we would free up.
While you do that, man, salute to 3099. Remember, the Ravens also talked the Eagles into trading for Jair. Yes, they did, just for him to retire once the trade went through. Scumbag organization. Facts, brother.
$40 million if we were to restructure Maxx and Colton, we would be just under $41 million. It's 40.98.
And now that's if we were at
to restructure both Maxx and Colton, it would be $40 million.
That you initially said was right. What was the number again? You said where we stand on PFSN?
6.988.
Okay. Now again, I don't know if that's where we are, but again, if you did restructure those guys, it puts us, you said, north of 40. All right. Well, either way, we have some cap, you guys, and we can definitely keep Maxx around. We can restructure Colton. We go out there. At this point, I would like to go get a backup running back, an inexpensive one, a veteran quarterback, and then also potentially, go get DJ Reader, bring him in as a nose tackle, veteran, 31 years old, been there, done that kind of guy. And then Jaquan Brisker is still available out there, you guys. And I know why. He's had a series of concussions in the past. I think that's why his price tag the interest is pretty low at this point. Chicago moved on from him and brought in Kobe Bryant, and now they just moved on from Kevin Byard as well. He went to New England on a 1 year, I think $9 million deal. So Brisker can be really cheap at this point. Honestly, like we can get him on a 1 year, prove it, inexpensive deal. I would run that all day.
And Byard reunites with Vrabel as they were together in Tennessee. Like they're another team right now that's really not fucking around. Granted, yes, they made it to the Super Bowl this past season. They're another team that's really trying to go all in, just along with us.
Yeah,
just along with the Titans as well. So
they just lost Hawkins too. They lost Hawkins. He went to Baltimore on a 1 year deal. And he had a big year for New England as well last year. So let me get these supers real quick. Salute to S. Maxx is going to be on demon time for this shit. Welcome to the dark side, Maxx. Maxx is going to be like it was when he shut Mac Jones on the Patriots down. Salute to my guy S. Man. Appreciate you on the $5 smacker. He says, fuck around and find out. So the Mendoza line. If Maxx is on the roster at midnight, his contract this year is fully guaranteed. If not, gone today. He is here this season. Well, I would be absolutely shocked if they traded him again. Like, real talk. I think he's in the building today. It makes absolutely no sense. They never wanted to trade him in the first place. I think they hold on to him to get him healthy. And again, if Maxx is disgruntled, at the deadline, which I think, honestly, knowing how Max's mental is and the way he goes about his business, I think that he just sees the universe correcting the situation. Honestly, I really believe he's looking at this as the universe corrected this. God never intended me to go to Baltimore. Let me go ahead and stick it out here with the Raiders. So, real quick, hold on real quick, Hammer.
Yeah. Let's see.
The cap is non-existent. For all we know, we still have $100 million left. Laugh out loud. Salute to my guy, Ant, on the $5 smackaroonie. Salute to Wade as well. Max coming in like Birdman to the Breakfast Club this season. Put
some respect on my name.
All three of y'all. Yes, and Q, Lonnie Johnson definitely went to the Dolphins on a 1-year deal. They definitely like our retread DBs, right? They love Jack Jones and now Lonnie Johnson. It's kind of funny, man. Miami definitely loves to bring in our retreads. And no knock to Lonnie, man. I definitely loved his energy. He was definitely injured with us. We didn't, early on in the season. He was really excited to be a Raider. Much respect to him, but now he's going off to Miami. And they're in complete rebuild mode themselves with Halfley and Sullivan taking over out there. Salute to my guy Ridgeback. Salute, fellas. Do you think what Baltimore did sets a new precedent? A team can agree to a trade, set player to the side, and then throw them back if something more opportune pops up? Yeah, definitely. I said this, and I want your opinion on this, little bro. Earlier on the show, I said the show earlier today, like this may affect the tampering period. They may try to throw some new wrinkles into this situation or potentially go away from it completely. Because you cannot continue to do this. You know how many teams are out there that use their cap space on other edge rushers that would have loved to possibly make a move for Maxx Crosby? Do you know how much this brings Max's value down? Not only in regards to other teams potentially trading for him, but what if he wants an extension now? Like, hey man, you failed a physical out there in Baltimore. Again, his value is dropped tremendously. I think they're going to definitely take a new look at this situation and see how they can fix this. And now breaking news here, you guys, the Jets just signed Dylan Parham. 2-year deal, $20 million. Good deal for him. $10 million per.
Sorry, man.
Hey, man, Parham gets to go block for Geno Smith again.
Geno!
Yes. Salute to Dylan Parham, man. Once a Raider, always a Raider. I know this last season did not go the way you wanted to go. I think that Dylan is a good football player. A lot better than what he was perceived to be last year. And again, we'll see what he does out there with the Jets. But so to Dylan Parham. Breaking news, you guys, 2-year deal, $20 million per for the former 3rd-round pick out of Memphis, Josh McDaniels and David Ziegler. That regime. So salute to them. Dre in the building. We are here, you guys. We got, 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
So hopefully, man, these deals start going through pretty quick. Vikings released Javon Hargrave, veteran defensive tackle. I know
they put that out there like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, but they did. Aaron Jones was apparently supposed to be part of that too, but they did restructure his contract. He never wanted to leave. The Vikings didn't want to let him go either, so he's there. Hargrave is gone.
Yep. Well, we'll see if possibly they look to add some defensive tackle help through. I don't know what Javon Hargrave has left in the tank at this point. He's up there in age. Isn't he like 33 years old?
He's up there. And I see people keep mentioning
33. Yep.
I see people keep mentioning Alvin Kamara. Like, no, we don't. I don't think we have the capital at this point to bring him in unless it's a really low deal on a 1-year prove it. No.
If they cut him, you can definitely. I mean, I don't know if Kubiak has some familiarity with him, right? He was out there, with them for a year.
He was it,
yeah. So, it makes sense. But again, I don't know if Alvin. I've seen him put up a fight in Vegas before. Maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Maybe were we out there that weekend? Was that the weekend?
I believe so. But I would assume if Alvin, he did say he'd retire before he wasn't a Saint, which I don't believe that at all.
Okay. Fucking Derek Carr said the same thing. He would retire if he was somewhere else.
I have a team that he can go to, which makes too much sense. It's going to be the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. The most success he's had under Sean Payton. It makes a ton of sense. I would assume that would be the move for him, man. Salute to Alex Brisker on a cheap deal. Omar Cooper at 36, run it. If Coop is there, I'm running to the podium. But I think he's a first-round guy, and I think that he'll already be off the table at that point. I'm going to go best defensive player available there at 36 unless one of those receivers drop. So what would you think about that? Brisker on a cheap deal, Coop at 36.
I wouldn't mind it, but I don't see Coop being there at 36 unless we do something sneaky and move back, like move up. But like I'm thinking now in terms of Maxx now being here as of right now, I feel like it throws a wrench in our plan in terms of how we approach this draft now, because Quiddy is going to sign. We're 2 minutes away. Malcolm Kuhn's got the 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Maxx is back due to Baltimore being a bunch of certified fuckboys, whatever.
Yeah.
We need to really try to evaluate where we're going. Are we looking at that guard from Penn State?
No.
With the 14th pick or not?
We don't have the 14th pick anymore.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Baltimore. You got me all sorts of fucked up right now.
Hammer needs some sleep.
Fucked up. No, I'm good. I slept 6 hours. Baltimore, you got me all sorts of fucked up. Do we try to do something? Come draft time where we try to find a way to move back up into like maybe the late first round, or are we going to look at a guard with that second round pick?
I can see it.
In all reality, it's
Dunker
not
would be available. Dunker would be available there.
Yeah, because in all reality, it's not. I feel like at least the right side of our line, because I know you said JPJ is probably going to be moved to left guard now. Our offensive line isn't fully shored up right now. We do have to worry about that right side. So
yeah.
It's a lot to think about, man.
AJ, you got to stop being so emotional, man. Just because Maxx wanted to get out and now he's back, we have to stop being so emotional about shit like this, bro. Like, no 1 second option. What does that mean? Like, there's the same people that you guys are the same people that said, bring Khalil Mack home. And again, I know he got traded, and I know some people, whatever. But again, like, some people wanted Khalil Mack, and they're screaming the same shit with Maxx. It's like, what are we doing here, man? Look, if you can keep one of the best players in football and you still can keep all the pieces that you brought in through free agency, you literally just built around him on the defensive side of the football. Stop being so emotional, brother. Like, you can't do that, man. I don't care. Second option, third option. I don't give a shit. I don't care if we tried to trade him to Chicago right now and Chicago did the same shit. Bring him back home. It's Maxx Crosby. It's a guy that is a baller when healthy. There's no way in hell we can't be emotional about the situation, man. I'm back. Salute Grafenhammer. Salute the Raiders since my dog. We'll wait another hour or so to kick since out of the chat. We love you, brother. Salute the Crypto. Did we sign everybody for free agency? Hasn't even opened up. It's just
now it is. It's official. Right, official. 4:00 now. Ink to paper needs to happen. Every single one of these guys that we have signed in free agency need to be in that room all together. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah. There we go. But
and apparently, salute to Jose. He said Ravens GM talks to reporters at 5 p.m. You want to stick around? Because I'm real curious to hear what these assholes have to say.
Yo, Ready for Life says Falcons officially released Cousins. So another name to keep an eye on potentially as a bridge guy if they're really serious about sitting Fernando year one. Chappie says this is some Edgar Allan Poe shit. Salute to my guy Chappie in the building. Salute to Jerry West. You think we deal Maxx during the draft for picks? It depends. I mean, again, the draft is another spot to keep an eye on with Maxx. And then the second one is the trade deadline. If we're shitting the bed again and there's a desperate team that needs some pass rush and Maxx is playing out of his mind, then you can potentially double back there. Look, I could be wrong here. I'm assuming that Maxx is going to retire a Raider here. Honestly, I think he's going to play out his contract and he'll remain a Raider. That's just my gut feeling at this point. I think Maxx learned, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna stay where I need to be. So again, I think personally, if it's, I'll say 95% chance. Maybe that sounds crazy high that I got Maxx remaining a Raider. So the big Dylan, thoughts on him? Kid's gonna be him. Love the kid. I know Hammer's really high on him as well. The safety out of Oregon. Stu has some interesting words for him as well because he was out there about to potentially break his interception record before he transferred to Oregon. But dude's a stud, man. He's a baller. If we can get him, he's a first-round guy. But if he somehow, some way dropped to 36, I would have no issue with drafting him, specifically if Emmanuel McNeil Warren's off the board. I would love it. Felix says, what do you think about safety Harrison Smith? Phenomenal ball player. I just, in terms of what? You talking about bringing him in? Is he even a free agent? I don't even think that Harrison Smith is a free agent.
Hold on one sec. He's a safety, you said?
Yeah, Harrison Smith from Minnesota. He's 37 years old, too. He definitely does not fit the timeline. Oh, they just released him. Okay. So they just released him. No. 37 years old, brother. So Felix. We got to get some updates here on Twitter. We're asleep right now.
Trying to find something just now, actually, just to get an idea. Looking at the running backs that are available, what their previous annuals were, what their market value is.
I'm trying to see while you do that.
What about Rashad White?
I'm not against that. I still believe that he'll become a Commander here soon, to reunite with his former Arizona State teammate, Jaden Daniels. But we'll see.
He's really, like, for me, looking at this free agent list for the running backs, he's like one of few that I would remotely want to make a call and do a 1-year deal with, because the rest of them just like injury prone or just no, not it for me. Mixon is still there, but I don't know. Let me see.
Hold on real quick.
Pull up X real quick, see if we have anything.
My boy just hit me up. Hold on real quick. Not trying to pull the plug.
A thank you post by the Arizona Cardinals for Kyler Murray. Let's see. Travis Etienne. Now it's official. So you have the welcome to New Orleans for Travis Etienne. Let's see.
I'm looking on my phone. It looks like the Vikings are planning, this is no shocker here, to make a big push for Kyler Murray and are the favorites to land him. Sources tell Ian and Tom Pelissero. Finally released now by Arizona. Murray will take his time and wants to hear directly from other teams, but Minnesota is the team to beat. Long snapper news. Cardinals are signing former Giants long snapper Casey Kreider. We talked about Dylan Parham, 2 years, up to $20 million. So again, there's probably some incentives there, but up to $20 million. Niners and Jake Tonges, tight end, have agreed to a new deal just before the restricted free agent tender deadline. 2-year deal for $8 million with 5.5 guaranteed. Let me see. And right now it looks pretty much Nick Cross is going to the Commanders. I missed that one. Damn, and I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The Commanders are going crazy right now. They're going crazy.
I think they absolutely need the bounce back from last season's debacle with them and the injury with Jaden Daniels. So they're another team right now. It's not fucking around.
That's wild, though. They're going on. Hey, man, I respect it. They were just in the NFC Championship the year prior. The Jaden Daniels injuries didn't help. The old-ass defense definitely didn't help them at all. They're getting fresh, getting younger on the defensive side of the ball. Dan Quinn and those guys are loading up. They're loading up, man. I'm not mad at that, man. Salute to those. Oh, let me see about Rossini. Let's see what she put out there. Everybody's saying Diana Rossini.
Salute to LV. Tell Bad Bunny I said what up. In Puerto Rico, give me that.
That's it.
Enjoy, brother.
Expect the Las Vegas Raiders to show interest in Kirk Cousins as they look for a veteran QB addition to help develop presumptive #1 pick Fernando Mendoza.
How much is he gonna want though? You know every time this dude is a free agent, bro. His free agent is fucking Teflon Don getting these big ass bags for him. Like,
yeah, man. The finesse god. Again, look, we've been saying this since day one. Like we knew, with the Kubiak Minnesota Vikings connection, we keep saying NFL was all about relationships. Kurt has been praising Fernando Mendoza all offseason, saying that he's heard about all the, the similarities and the comparisons and so on and so forth. He's high on the kid. He knows he's at the end of his career. If he knows that he can come in and start for us for a season and really let Fernando sit back and develop, which I still believe Fernando's going to be the guy come week 1, why wouldn't he become a Raider? Sign a 1-year or a 2-year deal, second-year team option? Why not? Makes a ton of sense. But again, you're right. The money, that max deal, I don't know. Oh, shit. I didn't read my guy's super. Hold on real quick, Alex. But again, I wouldn't be against Kirk Cousins at all. I would not have an issue as long as the money is right. NFL is a Bush league. The national sports media is a joke as well. The narrative around the Maxx Crosby situation is absurd. Shit's a joke. You know what's so crazy, Crisis King? It went from yesterday, everybody kicking the Baltimore Ravens back in to this year, saying that to today, saying that they made the right decision, and everybody backing this so-called doctor and blah blah blah. It's actually kind of crazy, man.
But isn't that the same doctor that punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung?
Is it?
Believe it is.
Oh shit! Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
I have to look into that.
I'm not trusting what that dude says.
Yeah, man. And again, you know, the thing is, they knew he was not going to pass that physical. So it's just like, come on, bro. This is everybody. Even Diana Rossini said it herself. We know this. There's some shady business with this situation. And yes, it really was. It was Tyrod's doc. Yep. Wow. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Fuck that dude, because in all reality, if it wasn't for him, there would
never been nothing.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been the Justin Herbert. Like, come on, man.
What was that? Week 2 or week early that season?
Early in the season. And yeah, doctors punctured his lung, and here comes Justin Herbert. Like, you motherfucker.
And then Trent Brown gets his lung punctured, and we don't get anything in return from him. Shit, man, it's just nasty work. Salute to Alex, Eric DaCosta. Yes, we just talked about that as well, my brother. Salute to you. We definitely got to check that out. That's going to be Comedy Central, man, whatever the hell he got going on out there in Baltimore. He's going to have a script ready to go. He's going to have a script ready to go. It's going to be actually comedy. Watch, he's going to try and paint this picture that the plan was to bring in both the pass rushers and blah, 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 and give Mentor and that defense a great chance to compete this season and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear any of that shit. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Salute to Lizard. DJ Moore traded to the Bills for a second. Yep, that's official now. Parham to the Jets for 2 years, $20 million. Time for Carlos Rogers to step up. Carlos Rogers. What are you talking about? In regards to what? Jesus. So to Jesus, not Jesus. My apologies. Lizard. Why not try to trade? Oh my God, why are we doing this? I feel like now you guys are just trolling me in the comment section when y'all bring this shit up. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what the fuck? Jesus, God bless. Have a blessed day, King.
The Lions are releasing defensive line Josh Pascal. Their 2022 second-round pick out of Kentucky. I don't see anything else right now. That was Ari Marov. Let me go back to notifications.
He meant Caleb Rogers. I was confused. I'm like, what?
When I heard Carlos, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like Carlos Santana. I know you're a Raider fan and shit. Maria, all that good shit. You know. Salute to Lewis, though. But appreciate you for clearing that up. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Jonathan Allen was released. We just talked about Hargrave before.
That was the plan from jump.
Panthers officially have agreed to terms with Jalen Phillips.
That deal is just absolutely crazy, bro.
I'm still trying to think about this thing as it pertains to Kyler Murray. And no, I'm not saying I want him here. Arizona owes him $36.8 million fully guaranteed. Whoever it is that signs him, he can fucking go on an incredibly cheap deal. And I'm talking like league vet minimum $1.2 million.
Yeah.
And play on a prove it deal.
Yep. But again, you know, he's going to go to a situation where he can potentially be the starter for years to come. JJ McCarthy is clearly not the guy. Kevin O'Connell has been able to, you know, help change Sam Darnold's trajectory. I think that Kyler believes, you know, with that offense that he can do the same thing with him. I just think that Minnesota is clearly the easiest. Like, that was just the easiest place to place Kyler Murray, man. I think it makes sense. And maybe they even, you know, give him more than a 1-year deal. Who's to say? I don't know. But again, it's probably going to be the minimum, of course, because Arizona.
It's going to be a prove it. And the thing is, with the Vikings organization right now, it's clearly evident they do not trust JJ McCarthy.
No.
And that's why they're doing what they're doing. And I could say the same thing right now as it pertains to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm signing Tua.
Yeah.
When you drafted Penix, drafted Penix in the first round, like what, 2 years ago? Like, in all reality,
can't stay healthy either, Hammer. Can't stay healthy.
But neither can Tua. Tua is literally one concussion away from death.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Like, I'm not taking that chance. I'm not taking that chance.
You know, the thing is this, right? You bring in Kyler and you have JJ compete with him. And if JJ beats him out, possibly develops, he can be the guy. And you got Kyler out of there in 1 year, right? If Kyler comes in and beats him outright, and then he looks phenomenal this year, then you have your guy and you can move on from JJ McCarthy.
What if Kyler just says, fuck it, like, I'm done with football, I want to play baseball again?
Come on down to the A's, baby. We still have your rights. I'm here for it. Salute to K-Rest. Baltimore was so grimy, I didn't even register it at first, too. Hey, bro, it's disgusting. Disgusting work out here, K-Rest. Salute to the 2,100 plus people here in the building, you guys. Get those likes up and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. As always, we appreciate you guys. I think I'm only a few away now from that 30K mark. We're getting closer. It's about 20. I think about 20.
1 year deal for Reek with the Eagles.
Billy, one year, 15 mil. Yep.
Titus Howard being traded from the Texans to the Browns. That's official.
Yep.
DJ Moore, official. Devin Lloyd, official. I just, the whole Carolina thing, man. Why are people?
Well, the crazy thing is Devin Lloyd's deal was phenomenal. Like, they overpaid Phillips, but bro, when you look at that Lloyd deal, like,
but it's like everybody wants to flock there, and it's like, is it just for the money? Because they play in one of the worst divisions in the NFL. Like,
they can compete every year for the division, right? I mean,
look. Don't get me wrong. Carolina was a bit sneaky last year. Some of those wins, you're like, yo, did that really just happen? But it's just like, that division is so ass.
I got a hot take
about the NFC South for years.
I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
New Orleans wins that division this year. They're gonna win that division.
Who's their starter? Shuck, right?
Tyler Shuck, who looked good last year. Watch.
Interesting.
They just brought in Travis Etienne. They have a security running back position. They got if they have a healthy Chris Olave. Man, I'm telling you now, man, I got New Orleans winning that division.
I won't hold my breath with a healthy Chris Olave.
And they'll probably bring Cam Jordan back at some point here, like a 1 year deal, hometown deal. You know what I mean? I don't see him playing for another team this late in his career, but we'll see. What do you think the plan is for a nose tackle? I think they'll bring in a veteran great like a DJ Reader, and then they'll go draft one as well. And then also you can still look at JJ Pegues. I know some people think he's a little light in the ass to be our nose tackle, but I believe in the kid. He could possibly be the guy moving forward. But I potentially a DJ Reader, and then go bring one into the draft. I know they're really high on Lee Hunter. So Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech, if he's available there at 36, I would not be shocked if they pulled the trigger on Lee Hunter right there. Salute the Trucker. What's the word with AOC? Shit, just backup quarterback. That's it. I mean,
that from the time he got drafted and people wanted to call me crazy. I don't care.
I mean, again, right? The thing was this, and with Aiden, man, it's not like we were like super duper high on Aiden O'Connell. The thing was we were over Derek Carr. We were just ready to just get to the next thing. Nobody ever thought that Aiden was going to be the successor to Derek Carr. It was just like, let's move on, and let's just try and get this thing, rolling.
I mean, DeMokes did. DeMokes thought he was a incoming MVP season. So
yeah. But again, Aiden, man, when he came in, took the number 4 too. It was just kind of like, oh my God, they kind of set him up to fail there. But I like Aiden O'Connell. He's a good backup quarterback, but he'll probably be at some point here in the near future, be the third quarterback on the depth chart behind a veteran and behind Fernando Mendoza. Christ is King says, I think Kirk Cobain was the plan the whole time. Hey, could be. Again, he has a relationship with our head coach and could come in and be a clear mentor and a guy that, he's finally really over that time now coming off that nasty injury. He didn't look good last year, I'll tell you that, but he could possibly, come in Kubiak's system and look good. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm not going to act like Kirk Cousins is the savior of this football team. You bring him in for a year and then you can really allow, Fernando to sit. And then at that point, Tom Brady and Spytech, their plan worked. So we'll see. One thing we got to get used to is that our front office actually has a plan, and it's refreshing. F the flock. Facts. I mean, it's clear as day. Fernando Mendoza is the guy. They waited this long to bring in a veteran quarterback, which now that Kirk is available officially, I can see them going after him. But, bro, did you see the way Malcolm Kuntz, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, like back to back?
You woke me up.
Yeah. I told you, like, bro.
I'm fucking dead asleep, and Graf called me with this shit. I almost fucking fell off of the bed with that shit. I was like, no fucking way did all this happen. Like straight rapid fire. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, we're good. All right, I'm going back to sleep.
They're going to get Jalen Naylor really early, a third wide receiver in Minnesota that got buried behind Jordan Addison and JJ. And the guy that, when you look at his tape, he's phenomenal, great separation. The kid can be phenomenal in Kubiak's system. They definitely had a plan every single step of the way. Go ahead, brother.
Check your phone.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Salute to Hug. Arm day complete. Cardio time and a little sauna action. Appreciate you, brothers. Hug out, man. Have a ball, my brother. Salute to you. Shodu says Chris Jones just tweeted Cam Jordan. I don't know if that really means anything, but they need some edge help out there. And Leo Chanel, where did he go to the Commanders too?
I didn't see him going anywhere.
I think he went to the Commanders as well. Man, bro, they're loading up for real. But I mean, maybe. I mean, Cam Jordan goes out to Kansas City. They bring in a 36, 37-year-old pass rusher. He still had 10.5 sacks, I believe, last season, somewhere along those lines. He's still productive, but still the Demon King, my guy, my brother. Yeah, the Commanders. Okay, he went Leo Chanel. All you fans still want Max gone. Keep that same energy when he gets 20 sacks and you cheer him. OLV for life, Raider Nation for life. Talk that talk. Look, man, I just want him to get into that 15 range. I want him to get in that 15 range. What's the most Max had in one season? 14? 14 and a half?
14.
Yeah. Like, get in that 15 range, and I'm good. The thing is, this year, I want all these pass rushers to eat. We can't just expect Max to be the guy to go out there and get, a million. Like, we need Tonka to get his issue. Tyree needs to step up this year. Now with Kwity Paye, a guy that had, I think, back-to-back seasons with 8.5 before last year, before he had 4.5. Let him go out there and get 6 or 7 of them. Let Malcolm Koonce finally healthy go out there and get 5 to 7 of them. We need everybody to go out there and prove their worth, including Brennan Jackson, another guy that I'm going to continue to mention his name over and over and over because I'm really high on him. So, again, man, we'll see what this thing looks like. But I'm not going to say 20 with Max, but I can definitely go somewhere in that 15 range. I would love it.
Mariota re-signed.
Yeah, that was already official. But
Flacco, look, I've been, every time I was doing the GM, Flacco, I would have did a 1 year, $6.5 million deal. What up, bro?
What up? What up?
What's good, brother?
Tired, man. I want to thank DaCosta for me not getting any sleep last night. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, for like, seriously, it was 5:30 before I went to bed.
Yeah,
my phone was just going off. It was people calling, texting, Raider officials on the phone till the wee hours of the morning. They didn't leave there till the early morning hours. It was a night.
Hey, real quick, man, for those who don't know Joe, let everybody know what you got going on, man, and what you're doing, because if you're not familiar with Joe has definitely been around this game for many moons and has a lot of connections around NFL circles. And my guy knows this shit, man. Let everybody know what you got going on.
Well, I've been I covered the Raiders, radio for a long time, 20 years, but then broke the Raiders moving to Vegas story back in 2015. Mm-hmm. Been covering them since, co-founder of Franchise Sports Media till I left it. Now I got a thing called press coverage. It's on my Substack. Do a lot of writing there, breaking down I do some rumors and stuff. I do a lot of basically X's and O's breakdowns and just kind of give you like a non-biased, like down the middle, wide open scenario where you can actually think for yourself and kind of draw your own conclusions and maybe learn something along the way. Maybe, I didn't understand this, or I didn't know this. One way of thinking about it might change your thoughts. And you can follow me on everything. I'm on Hammer Show. I jump on with Hammer, and glad I'm on this one with you guys. So I appreciate the invite.
It's all love. I love this. Salute to my guy Raider Yo, and I want your opinion on it. We just got done talking about it. Diana Rossini tweeted out the Raiders potentially looking at Kirk Cousins. We know the connection from Minnesota and Kubiak, right? Well, what do you think about potentially bringing him in? I don't know what that price tag will look like. Me and Hammer know that Kirk has been a finesse god up to this point. I think he's gotten more money than damn near anybody in the NFL in the history. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think that deal would entail? And if so, I mean, that means that essentially Fernando Mendoza will sit in that Tom and Spytek or scenario. They're going to live up to it.
I think it would be it'd be similar to what you've seen with Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, what he's going to get. He's probably going to get the league minimum, because this way it's almost like a prove it type deal. You're going one year to start. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
And then if you do well, go on and go somewhere else, and that's cool. And that would be smart, to be honest with you. I mean, you could bring in Cousins. He'll help. He's kind of quirky, a lot like Mendoza, but he'll also help him learn and adjust to the NFL life and knowing the system and whatnot. And then, hey, if he doesn't do well, halfway through the season, and put the rookie in and let him go. No harm, no foul there. So it's at a veteran minimum.
And again, he's always the NFL comp, right, Joe? It's like you always hear him, you always hear Goff. There's certain individuals, but Kirk Cousins' name always comes up when people talk about Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, and the other thing too, Graf, is he's not known as a bad teammate. All of his teammates like him.
Love him.
So, again, from a culture standpoint, that adds so much to the table for the Raiders if you bring him in and just as a mentor type. And I'm all for that. I mean, look, and I may catch you for it here. I'm an AOC fan. I don't see the big deal with him. I think his processor is slow. He when he does process, he tries to fit balls into places, and that's where the interceptions come in. He's not athletic. He doesn't fit this scheme at all whatsoever. So for me, like, if you can get rid of him and maybe get a 7th round pick or a conditional pick down the road, go ahead and do that. That's to me, and I think Cousins would be a really good fit.
Timmy says, just in, Maxx Crosby is headed to the Dodgers.
Oh, God.
Dodgers get everybody, man. Salute to Kevin, my guy, man, dropping a bomb. 20 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My guy, man, I appreciate you so much. Salute to all the new members here in the building because of my guy, Kevin. If you missed out on those 20, me and Hammer have our respective memberships. If you guys would like to become members, hit the links. They're pinned up top. Again, man, they definitely help us keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. Kevin, my brother, salute to you. As always, appreciate you, man. Any more news, Hammer, going on right now? See anything on Twitter?
Checking the notifications on X right now. Really haven't seen anything.
Joe, while we look around, man, what's your opinion on this whole Maxx situation, man?
Can we curse on here?
Oh, fuck. Go ahead. Yes,
my phone last night was going off. I had, a gang of people texting me throughout the league, and some of them are some pretty high up people. One with another team that's a general manager, and he said, "The fuck are the Ravens doing? Are they trying to fuck the whole league?" It's a shitstorm. One source said it's bullshit. Literally is and I was on another show in Wisconsin right before I came on here, and I use this analogy. Do you remember the movie? Because we're a little bit older. Remember the movie Back to the Future when Doc tells Marty, "Don't change anything because it affects the whole future." Yeah, that technically that ripple effect could have happened with this, because they pull out the trade because they pulled out the trade. They seen Linderbomb going to the Raiders. They lost Isaiah Likely to
Giants
or the Giants. Yeah. So you lose them two, plus you're giving up 2 first-round picks. And now you're like, wait, is the juice worth the squeeze for us to get this one guy? We were losing guys left and right. Yeah. But we can get Trey Henderson for $5 or $10 million less. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that and just renege on this trade. Yeah. So they do that. Now that could have conceivably, let's say Dallas could have came in and they have a trade already with Green Bay. Now that messes up that trade.
Guys, breaking news real fast. Bradley Chubb to the Bills. Go ahead.
That's a good move for them. But that messes up that trade because now Green Bay's $19 million that they got off their books. Now they got to find a way to clear that. And then that messes up a deal for their free agent. Linderbomb could have, at that point, conceivably said, "No, I want to go back to Baltimore." Yeah. And that messes up that. So it's a whole ripple effect throughout the league. Teams don't do it. And, it isn't the first time the Ravens did it. And I'm going to be very hard-pressed to see any agents really trust Eric DeCosta in Baltimore. And even I give Tom Pelissaro credit. Last night, he went in on him. On the insiders. Yeah. And, Tom's a friend, and I'm glad he did that. Now, he probably got a call today, and they had to walk it back a little bit. But there's a lot of CYA with, Hendrickson and Max were going to be a duo.
Yeah, bullshit. They're trying to clean that up, man.
They didn't have the money for that.
Hell no.
And I had Raven fans all on my timeline on Twitter last night about how, trying to defend it. And this ought to just make sense. How was this buyer's remorse? Because you don't have 2 first-round picks, your center and your tight end. Yeah. So how is it not? You're not in a position to win at this point. So I'm interested to see what Lamar really thinks behind the scenes and some of the guys that are there.
And they restructured him and freed up some more money, and they're still working. I wouldn't be shocked if they went all in on A.J. Brown at this point. Like, Joe, real talk. I mean, possibly moving at 14, sending it over to Philly and finding a way to fit him within their cap situation. They need a wide receiver one. Zay is a baller, but he's not a number one guy. Zay Flowers is not a number one guy.
But they've drafted guys in the first round. They've signed free agents. They brought in vet. Like, at some point, when is this Baltimore's not a good place to be a receiver?
Hey, I had high hopes for Rashad Bateman when he came out of school.
Me too.
Like, this kid can be a baller. It never really worked out. And what like you said, it's been countless out there with Lamar. I don't know, man. Again, I like Zay. Been high on him since Boston College. But again, man, look, at this point, bro, I hope the Ravens cursed, bro.
But you know what? I'll say this. And I think I think you may have said it on Twitter about the universe and how it works. Like if you could have, if Raider Nation, if I would have came to you on Thursday or Friday morning before the trade even happened and said, you'll have Linderbomb, you'll have Speedy, you'll have Quay, you'll get Dean, you'll name all the free agents, and you'll be able to keep Maxx Crosby. That's a winning situation right there. Everybody's going to be happy about it. The defense is better with Maxx Crosby. Now, I did have somebody a source tell me that there's no way they can keep him, that there has to be a move that they have to make. So we'll see. That's with another team. So we'll see, what happens. But, I mean, look, if they can get whatever issues they have resolved and ironed out, and maybe Max may have seen something, since he was there, maybe something kind of clicked, like, hey, look, maybe it's not so bad over here. Yeah. Versus if this is how this team treats people and the way I get treated, maybe I might be better off. I mean, hopefully that may have clicked. I mean, we'll see.
I love that the Raiders called him immediately as well after it. Like, hey, just checking in, like, I love that he was back in the building today, which I don't think anybody should be shocked by. That's just who Maxx Crosby is. Right. But I'm hoping, man, that he sees this situation and says, you know what, man, the grass ain't always greener. And again, the teams that he was interested in, I mean, bro, the price tag has dropped drastically. So I don't know how it would work. New England has spent some money. Again, Dallas, they already said they're not going to do it, but their doctor being tied to the situation, it sounds like they're not involved in it, right? I don't get that, but
but that's the thing. Neil Elatrosh is when it comes to orthopedic surgeries, he is the GOAT. Like, I mean, he's done Kobe,
ton of great athletes,
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Yeah. I mean, you name just any athletes, the Dodgers and Lakers team doctor. I mean, or Dodgers and Rams, but he's a consultant for the Lakers, Kings, Ducks, Angels. Like, I mean, he is the who's who of doctors, and yet you're saying that he comes out and says he's moving ahead of schedule. Everything is fine. He's progressing fine. When he's telling you this, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
This is the doctor that's what James Andrews was to professional athletes like years back.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And again, I'm hoping at this point we can work it out. It was very, very much so a great situation to see the Raiders have 2 first-round picks. I was very much so excited about 14, but more importantly, 27, possibly being able to package that up and try to get one of the better players in the draft, i.e. Jeremiah Smith, give Mendoza a number 1 option for years to come. But, I mean, man, look, if you can get Max back and he's really bought in, I mean, honestly, can you really be mad about this, Joe? If he's healthy and ready to go and we have our leader back in that locker room, I can tell you right now, I spoke to several people behind the scenes, and I know you have as well, Joe, players, people in that locker room, they are excited right now. They're excited, bro. People are like, yes, we got our guy back. I see my boy Dante put up a tweet, and Stokes is hyped. JPJ is having a lot of fun with Max back in the building. So, I mean,
Jamal Adams said, let my guy back in.
Yeah, in all reality here, it's like you said, you went out and you really rebuilt this defense in a day through free agency. And we didn't even mention Taron Johnson, one of the best nickel corners in football, when healthy, missed 9 games the last 2 seasons. But if he can stay healthy, that's a big add. So again,
well, with Johnson, he didn't fit with Buffalo. Buffalo changed their defense up last year. So he was asked to do some things that he wasn't asked to do in the past. And that's another reason why last year his play slipped a little bit. But yeah, I mean, he as a nickel, and again, that's going to be, I would like to see them address at the other corner spot opposite of Stokes. And I'm glad Eric had a great year last year. He bounced back after a couple of injury-riddled years in Green Bay. I want to see him put it together again before I get excited, because he had a great rookie year and then he got hurt and kind of just fell off, and then he had to bounce back last year. But I definitely want to see I definitely like what they did, and I think they are happy. I talked to a player last night, and he said, Coach, like I'm excited that that we got him back, but we'll let's just see how this plays out. But if he's back, and we're happy. So everybody's happy with the fact that he's back. I mean, the players are. So, I mean, again, it comes down to let's just see how this thing plays out. I'm not going to I try to be even keeled and not get too up that he's back or too down that he's gone, or vice versa. Let's just wait and see what happens. Because again, he's got another hour and a half before that $30 million goes in his bank account.
Yeah. And I want to see what that contract, how they drew it up with Eric Stokes. It was a great contract, 3 years for $30 million. He was shut down last year. I mean, honestly, when you look at the stats, he was phenomenal. And again, we knew he could be that coming out of Georgia, former first-round pick. But after that first year, the injuries just continue to pile up. Last year, we even had a scare with his knee there for a second. You know what I mean? So again, I want to see how there has to be some incentives in there. I don't know how they're going to, put this thing together. And real quick, you guys, breaking news: Malcolm Kuntz is official. So there you go. 1 year, $11 million deal. I think that's a great move, Joe and Hammer. I think that last year was kind of a mulligan coming off that knee injury. I think that he's going to come. I think he's going to be great in that 3-4.
The 3-4, absolutely, 1,000%. He should be a dog in the 3-4. And it was so funny because as many times as we talked about it in terms of the simulator and bringing Kuntz back, we were very close again.
Yeah,
we were like, you said 8, I said 9. 1 year, 11 mil. I'm like, it makes sense.
And real quick, I'm going to share this real fast, you guys. Let me share this. Is while we do this, you guys get those likes up, man, and hit that subscribe button. Again, we have 2,500 people in the building. We appreciate you guys so much. Right here, Raiders have put it. It's official. We have re-signed Malcolm Kuntz. So again, 1 year, $11 million deal. Salute to Deb. I appreciate you on a $2 donation as well, sis, so much. I think this is the right move to make, again, especially with Maxx being sent off to Baltimore at the time. And I know that Maxx is happy. This is his guy. He put his arm around Malcolm, did the same thing with Tyree. And I love, again, that they're honoring these contracts. They're not being foolish and doing the whole Baltimore thing. People are going to want to come to Vegas because of the way they're handling their business and conducting their business. I love it. I'm hoping, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I hope they keep Kwity Paye. Honestly, I really do. He's great in the run game. Again, he could probably, in this new system, I think he'd be great in the 3-4. He can possibly get you 7 to 9 sacks this season. That's all you want out of him. And play the run at a high clip, set the edge. We're good to go. But, I mean, this is going to set a precedent moving forward, Joe. You know what I mean? What do you think about them honoring these contracts? Because it would have been easy to just say, Kuntz, gone. Kwity Paye, gone. Let's free up some more money. Keep Maxx back in the mix, and then we can move on. I like what they're doing on the defensive line.
Well, I mean, they had enough money to sign him. I mean, they still have almost $40 million in salary cap space with Maxx. Yeah. And that's what people tend to forget. The $30 million, they're at 69, almost $70 million. They take away the 30, 39, almost $40 million. So, I mean, but Kwity Paye, I think what's interesting with him for me is he does play the run well. Who starts him or Jonah?
I know.
And I'm biased. I coached Jonah in high school out here. That's like my kid. So I'm always going to rock with Jonah. But, I mean, but again, the one thing that I think, and I'm a firm believer in this, and TQ would always talk about it when we would do our show, it's you got to have depth on the offense or on the defensive line. You got to be able to rotate guys in and out, keep them fresh. It's great that Maxx plays every down of every – there's times where go sit down and catch a blow real quick because we want let these other guys get a little run so you can come in and close games out. And I think if we can see some of that, and I like the fact that they are going to the 3-4, provided this. Quay Walker cannot be the Mike, or he's got to play the Sam, because as a Packer fan, I will say he cannot cover. And he's not a thinker. He is he needs to go downhill and go. If you want him to think or get in space and think and cover, he's not going to play well for you. Yeah. Honest to God. And he's a guy that wore the green dot and wore a C on his uniform. And it goes to, even with the signings, we're talking about the signings too. What I like about the defense, all those guys are leaders and they come from winning programs. Yeah. They come from winning teams. So again, now you're bringing in a winning culture. You're getting rid of the guys that come from a shitty team where they're out there just trying to get theirs. Now you're bringing guys, okay, well, they've actually won. They do it a certain way.
Yeah.
And they maybe can bring some of that culture to the Raiders and then incorporate that in what they're doing and then change. The culture isn't bad, but there's been a lot of losing.
We know.
It takes a long time to get that rust off the ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's easy to say that there's so much drama in this organization just because we haven't been winning football games. If you're winning, a lot of this noise would be a lot more quiet. Honestly, like nobody would really care about the little shit that goes on behind the scenes and some of it that is made public. If you're winning football games, that shit cures everything. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. Coming from Georgia, reuniting him with Nakobe, that's going to spark something in both those guys. Hopefully Nakobe can stay healthy because he can get after the passer. He can drop into coverage. He can play the run at a high clip. That dude is a firecracker, Joe. Like Nakobe, that's one of my favorite pickups outside of Linderbomb. I think he's number 2 or close number 1. Well, I can't put him close.
Do you remember when LaMarcus Joyner first signed and what he brought to the table?
Yep.
It's very similar, except from a linebacker position. Undersized guy that is super athletic, that can do a lot, not scared to go in there and hit, not scared to go do his thing. And there's a lot of, if you want to comp, there's a little bit of comp between the two, just because of, one was more of a slot guy, but Nakobe is, again, the only reason he fell is because he's undersized and he had a little injury. Yeah. And, Philly, he still was dinged up in Philly, but when he's healthy, like you said, Graf, he's a guy that can really be a game wrecker. And you need that. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see them add another bit. I want to see them add a nose tackle. Yeah. But that to me, and I know the kid from Texas Tech, like if he's available in the draft. Yeah, if he's available, but if he's not there, if you go get a guy now. I know Green Bay fans want Javon Hargrave, who just got released from Minnesota, but that could be a guy you line him up right there in that defense and let him go.
DJ Reader as well. DJ Reader, free agent, Detroit. Keep an eye on him. 31 years old, been there, done that, seasoned veteran. You can bring him in, and he can start from you from day one.
Who's the guy that was on Washington that got traded to Minnesota last year? Jonathan Allen. He's another one that's getting released.
He just got released.
Yeah, and that'd be another guy that could come in. Again, you build that line where you get those big stout guys, and then you could just you rotate them in and out, and it could be very it could be nasty, and that's what you want.
Bro, that's Joyner, Littleton, and Trent Brown. Remember how excited I was excited? I'm like, this is a great free agency. We thought Littleton was going to be the next big cover linebacker for us. Oh, my God. Trent Brown almost dies in the locker room. That was a terrible, terrible damn offseason for the Raiders, man. Salute to Jose. And look, I've talked about this. I want both of your opinions. Hammer, where do you think that Tyree fits in the 3-4? Where do you have
rotational? Like he could play inside and out. We know that. We've seen it. He finished incredibly strong at the end of last season.
Yeah.
So I feel like he probably will be rotating in and out at the edge, but I also can see him playing a little interior as well.
Okay. I can see him standing up.
I don't look at him as a coverage guy anymore, bro.
No, I'm not talking about coverage. Look, stand up on the out and almost in a wide 9 and get to the quarterback from a wide 9. Not covered. Go get the quarterback. I mean, look, the thing about him coming out of college was his first step was explosive. And I remember when he got drafted, there's a friend of mine was a coach on the team, and he called me that Saturday because they're talking about a UNLV player that they wanted to APJ, Adam Plant Jr. They ended up signing him as hey, can you
friend of the show? He's been on the show. That's my guy. Salute to Adam.
So they called to try to, can you help us get a hold of him and let's try to facilitate this and whatever. And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, you just drafted this kid in the first round on Thursday. And he goes, he had to have foot surgery again. Like he's got to have it like this on Monday. He's literally didn't heal correctly. Yeah. And he's going to be out until probably training camp. So we got to have someone get reps and get, oh shit. Okay. So I mean, he never was healthy until his third year. And then that they kicked him inside a little bit and he started to show out. And last year he had his best year. So, I mean, I'm not saying by any means he's a world beater, but I'm saying he has an opportunity because he's built a lot like former Raider and Oiler and Packer Sean Jones with his size and his length. So if he can, be healthy and get to a position where he can actually win, he might be able to do some damage. I like him more outside. I know inside he can be a force. You can maybe slide him in, but not in a base. If you're going on some sub package, get to the quarterback, I think it could be very, very useful there.
I have as a rotational outside 3-4 defensive end right now, but that'd be interesting. I want you guys' opinion on this as well. We just brought in veteran kicker Matt Gay, signed him to, I believe, a 1-year deal. It has to be announced here soon. It's got to be a 1-year deal. Former Super Bowl champ, Spytek's very familiar with him. Former Pro Bowl guy, can't kick for shit past 40, but he's money with anything in between 40. I mean, I think this is a classic case, you guys, of just bringing in a veteran guy and then going and bringing in a fresh leg in the draft, or as a UDFA to battle it out, right? I don't think in any way that they have this guy start for us. He's been kind of a veteran journeyman as of late.
We're drafting a kicker in the 7th round.
I wouldn't be shocked. Zavada, get my guy out of Michigan. I know a lot of people like the Tokyo Toe out of Hawaii.
I love it.
Zavada, man, that's my guy. Zavada's my guy. I got a chance to talk to him and kick it with him at the Shrine Bowl. He's a good kid. I sat there and had a conversation with him while he was while I was warming up. This dude got a leg on him, bro. He had a down season last year in Michigan, but the year before, phenomenal. So that's the name I would keep an eye on. He said, Gay is 50-50 on those 50-yarders. What do you mean? What are you talking about? That's the knock on him. He can't kick past 40. Let me see. Hold on real quick.
The Tokyo Toe would be, I mean, look, even from a marketing standpoint, that has to be considered as well. I mean, look, it's the 9th island. He went to Hawaii. He's from Japan. He's got a boot on him. The way he didn't miss a field goal last year, or did he? He was some crazy stat. He was all American. I mean, he was everything. So if you can get him later, I mean, all for it. I don't know why they let Carlson go. Maybe he may have thought that his, may price himself out of what he thought he could get from the Raiders.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't a fan of the signing of the new kicker at all. I thought it was, kind of lame, to be honest. But I mean,
50 plus, 9 attempts last year, made 4. Yeah. In 2020, well, this is between 3 teams as well. It's the Niners, it's Tampa Bay, and it's the Commanders. So I'm looking right now, 50 plus, 9 attempts, 4 made.
So you're saying he had a train ran on him by 3 teams last year?
Yes. And then 2024, 9 attempts, only 3 made. 2023, 13 attempts, 8 made. I mean, bro, he's missed a ton, 50 plus. He's missed a ton. Now it gets a little, even in 40, even in that 40 to 49 range. I mean, he's not great. I mean, last year he was good, but I mean, he's missed some kicks there as well. I mean, look, man, and again, he's up there in age. This is a young man's. Look what Cam Little's doing in Jacksonville. Look what Aubrey's doing in Dallas. Like you want to bring in a young guy that can go out there and be the leg for years to come. And again, what has the Raiders been known for? We've always had phenomenal punters. We've always had phenomenal kickers. I don't think Matt Gay fits the sea bass. I don't think he fits that kind of realm. But it is what it is. It is what it is. He said he's gay over 50 plus and not straight.
He's a graph about to buy a gay jersey. I'm done.
Oh my God, bro. Salute, man, to Junior. I hope Max told the Ravens GM, I'm glad you saved your 2 firsts. It's going to cost you a Super Bowl. Just how the Goose told Al for saving his $50K karma, man. We've had some bad luck with Baltimore. Again, we cut Michael Crabtree. He goes there in that Ryan Grant situation where they did this previously, right? The Saragusa situation, Tony, absolutely killing Rich Gannon in the AFC Championship game. We have not had too much. We beat them a few times, but I'm just saying we haven't had too much luck with the Baltimore Ravens. But get those likes up, you guys. Go ahead, Joe.
I wonder if Gay's gonna wear number 1.
The gay one.
Fucking done.
Yo, the gay one. Yo, that is hilarious, bro. That shit is comedy. Hey, everybody, while we're here, man, salute to our brother Wasted Town in the building as well. I know he'll be live later on. Make sure you go pull up on our brother. You guys get those likes up, man. Wipe them feet. Make sure you break them thumbs over on Hammer's channel. We are still 20 away from 30,000 subscribers.
Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Let's look, new league year. Let's make it a new day for Big Bro and get him to 30K. Let's fucking run it up right now. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button. Don't cost you shit.
Let's go. Other than that, let's look around real quick. I want to see.
I keep looking and keep refreshing.
I'm gonna go
hold on
real fast and see who else is what else is going on right now. It's kind of concerning. The Raiders haven't at least signed more than just Kuntz right now.
You seen that Dylan Parham signed with the Jets, right?
2 years, $20 million. He gets to protect this guy again, man. Gino, man.
Gino!
Yo,
I'm not spinning. My chair is broken.
I can't do it, bro. Look, the way I got vertigo, bro. Today I'll fuck around and pass out. Buffalo, man, that deal is kind of crazy. A 3-year, $43.5 million deal, up to 52.5, includes $29 million guaranteed.
And the reports were out there that they were interested in Trey Hendrickson. They were also interested in trading for Maxx Crosby, and they ended up going the other route.
Eagles possibly working on a trade with the Vikings, Jonathan Grenard. Take with anything that NFL rumors says with a grain of salt, but I did see this in several other places as well. It looks as though, man, possibly they bring in Grenard out there in Philly. That takes another team out of the market potentially with Maxx Crosby. So stay tuned for that. And I seen as well, you guys, Scheffner put it out there earlier that Jalen Carter is not being shopped. No. So there's so many conflicting reports with this. I know Ricky Scoops popped up and put that into the universe, and then other people started to say it as well. But I don't know what's going on with Jalen Carter. They can't pay everybody, but we'll see what Philly does with him here as well.
I'll give you a scenario.
Let's do it.
What if Philly called and said, we'll give you a 1 in Brown for Maxx Crosby?
I'm not doing it personally. AJ Brown is 29 years old. I think he wants to go to a win now situation. I think that he would cry. You know what? AJ just wants his production, though, right? I mean, that's really what in Philly, when they lose and he does good, he's smiling and all the other shit. I mean, shit, AJ Brown might have 2,000 yards receiving with the Raiders and 6 wins and be happy as hell. So, I mean, but
he's got a ring, so I mean, it's not like I got a ring now. I can get my numbers.
Yeah, you're right. I think that he's trying to force himself to New England. I think that's where he wants to go, possibly Baltimore with Lamar. But I would stay away from AJ, man. Honestly, if you're gonna do anything with Philly now that Jalen Carter's not on the table, I would just want draft picks, But I don't know, man. I want to get young at the receiver position, man. I like what we have. We got a lot of young bodies in that building, and I like some of these mid-round guys in this upcoming class. I know a lot of people think that Zach Branch is, well, they don't think, they know he's undersized, the Georgia kid. I like him. I love a lot of people.
I've known Zach since Zach was 12. Zach's literally like me. Zach's real spit right here. Zach's first varsity game at Bishop Gorman, they comes up and they run a bubble screen first play. Takes us 70 yards to the house because we do a handshake. Like, I mean, Zach, his dad, Va, Zion, his brother, like that's like my family right there. So I would love Zach to come home. And I've told this to Zach. I seen him probably about 6 months ago, right before the start of the season, the college football season up at Gorman. And I said, man, he told me we talked about why he transferred from USC to Georgia. And I said, look, you got to just straight up like stop playing. Like when you got into trouble your senior year at Gorman by just dancing too much. It's not 7-on-7. Your sophomore year at USC, the drops in the same thing. Yeah. Last year at Georgia, he got upfield and make one cut, making guys miss. He stopped all the dancing and everything else, trying to be too cute, off the line or trying to get open. And you see what he did. And then for him to at almost 5'10" to do 20 reps of 225, the 4.36 is expected. But the 20 reps, man, like credit Zach, credit, Va, his dad for, who's been training him this whole time. I would love Zach to come home. The Branch family, the Branch name, it's synonymous with the Raiders. And I think that's something in the third round. I could see something like that if he's there in the third round.
We seen him at the combine. I got a chance to chop it up with him for a minute. I didn't know how he has a build on him, bro. He's short, but he's a thick balls if necessary. He's a big dude. He was looking at me and Stu, and I told this story on the show. He thought we were Raider scouts. So he was looking and he was talking to Omar Cooper Jr. They were both like, oh shit. And we're over there, watching them do the vertical and chopping it. We're on the field. And he's looking like, oh man, like, they're watching. Woo, woo. Because the Raiders did speak with Zach at the combine. You know what I mean? And there's definitely a connection again with the Branch family. But
there's people in the organization that work in different departments that was around when Zach was in high school that were at Bishop Gorman. So there's when it comes to knowing the details of the family that the Raiders have, besides just Cliff and everything else, knowing Vi and what they've done for the football community in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any detail that went unnoticed when it comes to Zach Orr's brother, who will come out next year.
Yeah, I definitely am a big fan of him, and I wouldn't be mad also if they repaired Fernando Mendoza with Elijah Surratt. I know that he had a few drops there in the playoff run, and I was kind of weary a little bit. I started getting more on the Omar Cooper Jr. train. I think he's going to be a first-round talent. Elijah Surratt's a talented kid as well. There's the connection with him and Fernando. I wouldn't be upset, but I want Zach Branch in Vegas, man. I would love for him to return home. That'd be a great situation. I'm here for it. Salute the Brave, man. My guy Rick in the building, gifting 10 OLV Raiders Network memberships.
I'll give y'all a receiver that I want my team to draft because he's a mid-round guy. Is Lance out of North Dakota State?
Okay, Trey's brother.
Yeah, he's at 6'4".
Yeah,
6'4", ran a 4.3. He's got a 40. He's Christian Watson, just not as explosive as Christian Watson. Again, at 6'4", almost 200 pounds, running in the 4.3s. I mean, he
that has Green Bay
written
written all over, but that has literally Green Bay written all over it, though.
I mean, at size, speed, it's got the Raiders written all over it too.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you still got Dante Thornton in the building. I know they want to develop him. You know, I think that would be a great fit out there in Green Bay. That'd be crazy, bro.
Jordan Schultz just put this out there. The Titans are signing former Chiefs defensive end Malik Herring to a 1-year deal. Herring was an undrafted free agent out of Georgia and spent 4 years developing in Kansas City and seeing some action. Titans GM Mike Borgonzi was in KC when Herring was originally signed. So that's the most recent news that has broken.
Death piece. Tennessee, man, you said the Titans picked them up, right?
Yeah.
That defense is going to be phenomenal, bro. Like, they're going to be stacked. I thought that would be a possible sneaky team to come out of left field and take a look at Max. Those some future picks. Bro, you add him to Jeffrey Simmons and those guys out there with that defensive line. Oh, my God. They just traded for the kid that came with Jermaine Johnson, right, from the Jets. Yep. I mean, man, Tennessee is going to be a great defensive team. Rick, I appreciate you. Alex, we have to switch into that 3-4. We need it. Let me ask you, Joe, do you think JJ Pegues can play that nose tackle position? The kid that we just drafted in the 4th round last year? Or
maybe. You know, maybe. I think it comes down to,
he's played it before, again, but when you play the nose at the collegiate level, it's totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when it comes down to size, it comes to your size. But you know what?
6'2", 325.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, anything above 320, you could probably play the nose. He may even bulk up. They may put him up to 330, 335. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If they can. And
yeah,
I mean, which wouldn't be a bad thing. So, no. I mean,
he's athletic. He's athletic enough to do it. And he also, as crazy as it is, JJ can kick outside as well. I mean, he also played fullback at Ole Miss. The kid is a weapon all across the board. Salute to S. Dot. Zach is too high in the draft for a 4.4 speed, 440 speed guy. Xavier Thomas smoked him at the combine. See, S. Dot he's very high on the 40s. Okay, we could grab.
Zach ran a 4.36.
What happened?
Zach ran a 4.36 or 4.35 at the combine. Yeah, not 4.4.
4.36. 4.36.
Yeah. So like.
That's not what you're talking about. I watched him run his 40. So what?
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that one.
I know you're high on Xavier, the kid out of LSU in the later rounds. But come on, man. Stop hating on Zach, bro. Stop hating on Zach. Again, you guys were waiting around, kind of trying to wait and see if the Raiders are gonna sign some of these guys. Malcolm Kuntz is the first one to be signed, which is great. He returns back home on a 1-year hometown discount, 1-year, $11 million deal. We're just kind of playing the waiting game here with, N'Kobe, Quay, Linderbomb, the big fish. I'm waiting for that one. Like, bro, if Linderbomb, look, I just want to see that signing. Whatever happens after that, God forbid anything happens, but Linderbomb needs to be signed immediately because Baltimore scared the shit out of me backing out of that Max deal. And I don't want to even have even inkling of Linderbomb returning to Baltimore. That would be scary as shit.
So, yeah, someone asked me if I thought the Raiders overpaid for Linderbomb, and I was like, nah. I said, no. To get a guy who is, depending on who it is, arguably the best center in football, but you're going to pay premium, but you're going to pay a little bit more because Mendoza is not going to have to worry about calling out protections.
No,
you know, you take one thing off the off his plate because this guy's done it, and he's done it in Baltimore, and he's done it at a high level. And you know, again, that he is the key signing to this whole thing. The whole offseason is Linderbomb. That to me.
Yeah, for sure. And I forgot that Tennessee went out there and signed John Franklin Myers as well. 20 million per, I think 3 years, 60. That line is going to be insane. Robert Saleh knows what he's doing out there. They just got to make sure they can protect Dayball. Dayball can protect Cam Ward and company out there. Salute to my guy, 413 as well. With Max, how do y'all rate our defense? Wasted looks like Ron from Bell Biv DeVoe. Yo, stupid. Stupid, bro.
Remember that phone call the other day?
Yo, hey, and let me say this, 14. I don't really, the defense isn't done yet. You know, you still got to add some more. I would add another linebacker or two. I like Eichenberg. I like Lindenberg. But again, you know, they're still young. You know, we brought N'Kobe in and Quay to be those guys at the linebacker position. We need to add another body there. Safety, that group really scares the hell out of me. You know, with Palomar, I don't know where they're going to have him, where they see that he fits moving forward this defense. I think Chin is going to thrive in the last year of his deal here. Is Porter going to be a corner too? You know, opposite of Eric Stokes again? Or do they think we can upgrade, you know, over him? I don't know. You know, we shall see. I think that was more of a Pete Carroll special, you guys. They had Pete Carroll written all over him, the size, the speed, you know. So I don't know if that was a spy tech guy nonetheless. But I think the defense just right now, with what we've done thus far, has improved drastically.
I was surprised the Raiders weren't in more on Tyreek Woolen. You know, that was, you know, and that maybe showed me that Kubiak and the guys that he brought down from Seattle, there may have been something with Woolen that didn't mesh for them.
Yeah. Me too. One year, $15 million deal. That's manageable. He's a starter, now a Super Bowl winner. But the NFC Championship, Joe, that definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I've been high on him since, what was it, USA? When he played at San Antonio, Texas. You know, in college, I was really high on that kid. The speed, you know, first year led the league in picks, and it was a Pro Bowler that year. But again, since that season, he's kind of declined and been kind of in and out of the lineup, spot starter. You know, I think Philly, though, I think he'll thrive out there with all those other guys around. He has a ton of talent around him. So Hargrave went to Green Bay. There you go, Joe.
That's a good signing for him. They need D tackles for sure.
That just broke 37 seconds ago, and Texans released Mario Edwards with a failed physical designation.
Oh, wow. Okay. Former Raider great.
Failed physical. That's
it's funny because actually we go to the same barber. He's always over here with me in the Dallas area. And he had like a little thing that was going on with Houston. You know, and he'll guarantee he'll come out and he'll talk about it himself. But yeah, they were pissed off that he didn't come out. He was a vet. You know, a lot of vets don't like to go out there and do unnecessary camp shit. You know what I mean? And he was a little pissed off. And we'll see if that possibly is the reason why they cut him. But he's up there in age too. Former second round pick of the Raiders, Florida State. Guy's been around forever, bro. It's been him and Autry. Both of those guys, they seem like they're just ageless wonders at this point.
But credit him, though, to be drafted that long ago and still be in the league. I mean, that just shows the value that, you know, honestly, the best ability is availability. Yep. So, and it just shows that, you know, he's been available for most of his career. And he's had a good career.
Yeah, so he has. He's been a nice rotational piece. He started at times. They kicked him in, you know, had him playing inside and out. Look, man, I have no issue, man. Salute to Mario Edwards, man. Salute to Ty. So far, it's only been Ben Gay and Kunstein today. Salute to Ty. That was a bar, Ty. Salute to you, man. Yeah, thus far.
maybe.
Salute to Ron Justice. I'd rather over Linderbomb now rather than him wanting more money in a year or two. Wait, what do you mean, Ron Justice? What are you trying to say? I'd rather what? I'd rather go over now. I think you spend more money on him than not. Okay. Yeah, because in 2 years, that deal is going to be a steal at some point down the line, but he's still the highest paid interior O lineman of all time. So, I mean, what was it? What do you get? 27 annually? 28?
Hey, I'm curious. Eric DeCosta is on NFL Network right now talking. I'm curious of what he's saying.
See, I want to put it up on the screen, but we'll get demonetized.
Why?
You can't put that on the screen. It's NFL Network, bro.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, it's not like it's the Raiders YouTube. They show us a lot of leniency because of what we do. But yeah, they'll definitely strike us down with over there. I'm gonna look at Twitter though and definitely see some of the highlights that he has to say, because that shit is nasty work, bro. Like, they really played, bro. Maxx, and I talked to him last night, Joe, and he told me, he said unfazed. He said, I'm unfazed. So
good for him. I mean, I'm glad he has that attitude though. I mean, you know, at some point though, you have it does have to slap you a little bit, kind of like, the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, for real, like, I've done this much in my time in the league, and now you're gonna do me like this, and it's almost like being rejected. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to homecoming with you, and then you're about to pull up to pick her up, and it's like, nah, I changed my mind. I'm going back with my boyfriend. You know,
in a limo, because it's like pulling up in a limo for it, because he pulled up in a jet.
Yeah, and who paid for that? Was it him or the Ravens?
I know. I'm assuming it was the Ravens, but either way, that's still disgusting. You had them fly far east just to get back in the jet and fly back west with, and now you have this stink on you. You have the stink on you. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a humbling experience with Maxx. You know this, Joe. Maxx is a good dude. He's such a good guy. Hammer, you've met Maxx as well. Maxx is such a good dude, bro. Like, he's the type of guy that would literally give, a sweater off his back. He's one of them type of people. But again, this is a humbling experience, man. Hey, everybody always wonders, man, I wonder what's over there. I wonder what's over there. And then, it cost you everything playing that type of game. So I just like that the Raiders were just back and just welcome them back with open arms. Because
that was the thing. That was the thing that, like, someone had a buddy of mine who's, I don't know if he's in here or not. Like, he was like, it's always something with us. And I was like, you know what? Like, the Raiders didn't do anything wrong. In fact, they've handled this whole situation perfectly. They've done everything discreetly. They've been private. They've been respectful. And then for this to happen and really is here we go again, another Raider offseason with the drama. They didn't cause the drama
at all.
Their player didn't cause the drama.
Nope.
It had nothing to. They basically were not even sucker punched in the stomach. They had like a kidney shot hit, out of the blue.
Yeah,
and it made no sense. But credit them the way they handled everything. And look, people say what they want about this, about him, but like, credit Mark Davis, and people don't give Mark enough credit. And they can say whatever, like, Joe, you're a Mark apologist. Yeah, Mark's the homie. Honestly, like, I genuinely have a lot of love for Mark, and because of the way he conducts himself. One, just because he's flat out said, look, I don't know a lot about football. I hire football people to do football things. I hire business people to do business things. I let them do their job, but I will always make sure that the team comes before everybody else, that we are, as the team, we're taking care of, the players are taken care of, and we do it in a way that's respectful. You don't see Mark disrespecting anybody. And in this situation, Mark could have felt very disrespected for a lot of different reasons. But Mark has always just done the right thing. So credit, and Mark Davis has to, I wish people stop giving him so much shit, just in general, but because he's not a bad owner. He's had a lot of bad luck happen. A bad owner is what you have in Cleveland. A bad owner is what you have in Miami. And a bad owner is what you have with the Jets. That's bad ownership right there. What Mark Davis is he cleaned up a lot of his dad's mess from when his dad and the league were beefing. It took him a decade plus to clean that. The team is finally in a position where over the last probably 10 years or maybe 5 to 10 years, is in a good position with the NFL in terms of the league's not out to get him. Mark's the chair of certain committees. He's on other committees, something that not been done before. Mark's got a big voice, and he's well liked by other owners. There's a couple that don't like him, but nobody gets along. But he's always is putting the league first, and he's doing the things that need to be done that a good owner does. So credit Mark Davis, man, because I wouldn't be surprised if Mark paid for the damn jet for Maxx to fly back.
I wouldn't be shocked either. And I know you read that Vic Tafur report about them meeting up and sharing some laughs and talking about the old times, and they both respect the hell out of each other, man. And I know that we've kicked it with Mark. Mark is one of the most down-to-earth individuals you ever meet in your life. You wouldn't even know that he owned a football team. He's just that kind of guy. You smoke a cigar with him and have a drink with him, and you wouldn't even know that he owns the Las Vegas Raiders. It's kind of crazy, but I agree with you, brother. Raider Ryan, we're still eating the bulk of that contract. So, we kind of finessed the situation and swapped a late-round pick with the Jets. I think we jumped 20 spots. And then also we saved, I think, roughly, $1.81 or $2 million on the cap as well, and then they signed him to the minimum, but we're still paying.
Okay.
The bulk of his
Wait, I hate to interrupt you. So Eric DeCosta said that after bringing in Maxx Crosby, the team was unable to complete the trade process based on their assessment of the situation. He didn't reference medicals. He just said he must act as a steward of the organization and do what's best for the team. He says that they started talks with Trey Hendrickson after they lost Tyler Linderbomb. Said the plan at one point was to have both Hendrickson and Maxx Crosby. Ultimately, negotiation with Hendrickson ramped up to be finalized this morning.
Oh, yeah. The timing of that was phenomenal.
Yes. Everybody, yeah. What else to say? DeCostas from
Very
James
political.
Slade.
Very political.
At one point yesterday, Baltimore discussed negotiating the Maxx Crosby trade with the Raiders to mitigate the risk, but those talks never fully got off the ground because further medical information led to their decision to pull out of the trade completely. Nobody's more upset about this than me. I'm gutted by it. Quote. However, he said that he has a responsibility to the team to act in their best interest.
Huh. Sound like a bunch of bullshit to me, Joe.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's crazy as hell. Salute to Ty, man. LV got a WWE back turned, a low blow to the nuts. Hey, man, again, hey, listen, man. If we're going to sit here and complain about getting a Maxx Crosby back, I think we're living in a pretty good world right now. Like, again, you got a guy that's coming off of a knee surgery. Yes, I understand that he's 28, be 29 years old. But again, I believe he's going to come out this upcoming season, guns are blazing, bro, and pissed off. But I love what you said earlier, Joe. Like, he's a guy that doesn't come off the field. This year with all these other weapons, I think this is great. You got Kwity Paye out there. Now you have Kuntz back. You brought Nakobe and other guys that can get after the passer as well. Max needs to realize, go sit down. Go sit down, just like you said. Sit down a little bit. You don't need to be out there 99.9% of the snaps. Now we have a ton of players that can go out there, and filling those holes when need be. Max has had a lot of pressure on him up to this point. They have not been able to get him a sparring partner. Kuntz, let's just be honest here. I've been high on him since coming out of Buffalo. But again, I thought it was a reach at the third round. I had him as a 6th round grade. We brought him in. He hasn't really lived up to the hype. You go get Christian Wilk. We only got a chance to see that for a few weeks. Then, Max has been in a really bad situation where he has to go out there and kind of double, triple teamed all the time. And this guy, if he played with a real edge rusher opposite him and didn't have to be double and tripled every single damn rep, this guy would probably have damn near not Myles Garrett, but close to those kind of numbers. You know what I mean? Max is a demon, man. So look, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Oh, no, Ty, I know you're happy that he's back, brother. I know you're not complaining.
Ty said they got Paul Heyman.
Yeah. There you go. Again, man, salute to Ty. Now, I know it wasn't you, brother. I'm just talking about the fan base as a whole, man. Salute to David, my guy. This dude on the NFL Network right now for Baltimore sounds fucking stupid. Keep slandering, can't answer the questions, or keep stuttering, can't answer the questions right.
Sounds like my supervisor. Every time he tries to talk to me, he shakes up like a stripper.
Yeah. Hey, Vicky, I'm gonna be real with you. We don't do any. You got to take everything that comes from that with a grain of salt. Again, Joe, you've been in that world, the writer world, the beat, the beat writers and stuff.
Yep.
I don't find it. Sometimes you have to. You got to keep some stuff in house. But like when shit happens like this, it's so funny to watch everybody come out now with their own stories of, we knew about this and this and that. I'm not saying that some of it isn't true, but it's crazy to see that some people start backing up claims of this, and that. Like that world is strange to me, bro. It's just
There's another one.
Well, So in LA, where I got my chops, in media in general, there's a guy named Fred Rogan who they call the Dean of Sports. Fred's been on air since 1980, 1981 for NBC. And I worked with Fred at the radio station I was at. He's a mentor. And one of the first things he told me was listen to what is not being said. They're going to talk, but it's what they're not saying. That's what you need to listen to.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect example of just listen to what's not being said. And look, they're going to feed. So DaCosta is going to feed Jane Slater, and he's going to feed Diana, and he's going to feed the insiders at NFL Network, to feed Schefter and Fowler and even Glazer. He's going to feed them. Everybody's going to feed them their own little bits and pieces, and you got to put that little puzzle together and see how it all fits and adds up.
Yeah.
And at this point, look, the Ravens, they know they fucked up. They know they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's, we got caught. Everybody's pissed. And he's going to be stuttering because I bet he had his contemporaries calling him saying, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And it makes the team, it makes the organization as a whole look absolutely brainless and disgusting in the way they conducted this situation, especially a guy like Maxx Crosby, who's had a clean reputation since coming into the league. He's a phenomenal player, leader. For you to do something like that to a guy that has a clean rap sheet, it's nasty work, man. Destroy the weights. Maxx Crosby and his family were in the Ravens building while the Ravens were attempting to sign Trey Hendrickson per at Rossini. Yo. Right? The business, right? The business.
I mean, but if I know
where you're going.
And giggles.
I know where you're going.
Benefit of the doubt. Let's just say the idea was to have both of them.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have them both in the building?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning what happened because I'm not. I think it's fucked up. I mean, you got some people meeting with Max because he's going through medicals and doing everything else, and you got the negotiating team working with Trey and his people.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a lunch or a dinner together the night before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bigger deal as what people are making it out to be.
Salute, man, to everybody here in the building again. We're just waiting and seeing what's going on with
waiting
right now.
And hoping and thinking.
I just want the Linderbomb signing to go through so I can
so Linderbomb or DaCosta keeps saying, and Schefter just reported that after losing starting center Tyler Linderbomb to the Raiders. So it's I know it's not official, and I know with everything
like
going on.
Yeah.
Everybody's resigned to it seems like the Ravens and everybody's resigned to the fact that it's actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, right here, that kind of gives you a little breathing room here. Eric DaCosta said after losing their starting center Tyler Linderbomb to the Raiders, they were interested in pairing together Trey Hendrickson and Maxx Crosby, but Crosby's medical exam put an end to that discussion. Now, again, they did free up a little bit more in regards to, they moved on from Max, but I don't see Baltimore being able to free up that kind of money and spending that kind of money on a center. Again, they lost a lot of pieces. You lose likely to the Giants. They just released, I think, Mitchell, their third running back. They lost some other pieces. They just brought in Jalen Hawkins on a nice little one-year deal. He played really great for the New England Patriots. But I think we can kind of rest assured. We're Raider fans, though, bro. This. We can't get happy until it's official. Even when it's official, it's just like, is it official? We just never know. We never know. But
I think the only way they free up money is if they do an extension with Lamar. And if I'm Lamar, I'm going to pause on that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I have a hot take here as well. And we were talking about it on the show earlier. I think that Baltimore, they restructured them today. I think that they're okay with keeping that first round pick next year in a deep quarterback class. If it doesn't work with Lamar, again, with that hamstring and the injuries piling up and durability being a problem, they can go get their future quarterback next year with that 14. It can move up, or maybe one of those guys drops a CJ Carr or Notre Dame. They can get their guy next year, Joe.
They could. I mean, look, you got the kid out of South Carolina.
Yep.
Next year's quarterback draft could be Lagway, because another one that's probably going to get taken early. There's going to be a bunch next year's quarterback classes. There's going to be a bunch of guys, and it's just who's going to separate themselves. Besides just having a name, to be honest, he's got to show marked improvement.
If they want to go with that athletic quarterback, though, again, you said it straight up. Lenore Seller will be available next year, and that can be a guy that can come in and possibly do the same thing that Lamar, was able to do earlier on in his career. He's athletic as shit, and he has a cannon of an arm. So I like that he stuck around another year. He wasn't ready to go. He had a bad year last year in South Carolina. It was just a bad team in general. But
I tell you what, I like that big ass receiver from South Carolina, and when it's like 6'5", that's gonna run like a 4.1. That Harbor, I think his name is.
Yeah, Harbor
can go,
bro. They're a machine with those big body wide receivers out there, bro. It's something in the air out there in South Carolina, man. Salute the low age. Ravens treated our all-pro player like a side piece, but I'll gladly take a pissed off Crosby on my team. This is facts. Facts plus tags. Salute to my brother. Hammer, we're going to hit at the tops, bro. We'll hit the 2-hour mark, and then we'll get out.
Yep.
Again, we're just waiting to see what's up with these signings, you guys. I've been live probably
too much.
Yesterday was absolute insanity, and the day prior, I'm cooked, man. I got one more show tomorrow. We're wasted, and then I'm ready to take a little breather for a few days. But again, you guys, once again, we're waiting for the announcements. He said, I can see us announcing one player per hour. Well, we did one already. Malcolm Kuntz is official, right? So did the Raiders put that out through text, or they're just doing the hirings and stuff?
I got one of their communications. The only press release I got from them is Malcolm Kuntz.
Yeah.
As of right now, that was at 1:34. So they'll probably have the PR people send or they'll probably send the press release and then put the tweet out around the same time.
Okay. James Slater said 1 note ahead of Ravens. Okay, this was before. At one point yesterday, Baltimore discussed renegotiating the Maxx Crosby trade with the Raiders to mitigate the risk. But those talks were never fully off the ground because further medical information led to their decision to pull out of the trade completely. I mean, do you think the Raiders are going to really sit back and revisit that? Like, honestly, I mean, they already wanted 2 first-round picks. That sounded like that was the selling point for Max. So I don't know how they can go back to the bargaining table after already verbally agreeing to the Max deal. Ian Rapport said, I understand how people feel about conspiracies, but I have a responsibility to the Ravens. Yeah, he's definitely cleaning up that mess out there in Baltimore, man. This is nasty work, bro. This is disgusting. Let me ask you, what do you think, Joe, happens with Max? Do you think he remains a Raider? Do you think before the draft gets a little healthier, maybe they revisit the situation? Do you think the deadline possibly, or do you think that he just remains a Raider and retires one?
I think that depending on how the season's going, if he'll probably start the season just because of the cap and the hit that it would take initially. If the season is off the rails, which I don't anticipate it being, but if it was off the rails, I could see something at the deadline, maybe to a contender. And then if not, revisit in the next offseason. But I think that comes down to having a conversation with him. And at the end of the day, if I'm Spy Tech, if I'm Tom Brady, if I'm Kubiak, if I'm Mark Davis, I get us all in a room. And okay, at the end of the season, okay, this is where we're at. What would you like us to do? Now we're not gonna trade you where you want. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? And it depends if there's progress made. It gives him the option to say, yeah, I want to stay. Because I think, the one thing that bothered me, one of the things that bothered me regarding this whole situation, and I told this to Hammer privately, and I'll say it publicly now, was there was a lot of I want to be a Raider, but for 2 years, there was a lot of do this or trade me, pay me or trade me, or I'm not happy, trade me behind the scenes. Now you want to protect your image, and I get that, but at the same time, like it's not 100%. It's not authentic, and that's the one thing. That's one of the things I love about him is that he is so authentic, and I don't want him to be the guy like another former Raider who is known to be disingenuous.
Yeah.
So I think that just for him to him to be honest, I think the post that he put out about getting traded, and he was pretty forthright with everything there.
Yeah.
That went a long way for me, but like
you
don't need, at the same time, you don't need to do all that. Just tell them behind the scenes and whatever. Like, and I guess that's one thing where I'm kind of like, and I'm kind of an asshole when it comes to this though. Like I don't think everything is for public consumption. Like Graf, you're so in the music industry, Graf. There's a lot of things that happen, as you know.
Yes.
Like that just cannot be said publicly.
You cannot speak about it. Yes.
It's just what it is. If it from payola or whatever, like you just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's like everybody feels they have to say something, or everybody that has a Twitter account feels like their opinion actually matters, or they have access when they probably shouldn't have access, and then no one cares about their opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
talk that shit, Joe. Talk.
You know what I'm saying? It's like just because you can type something out, like no one gives a fuck. Like people like my mentions last night were going crazy, and this one guy for like 2 hours just kept going and going. And at one point I was like, do you think I'm actually care? I'm like literally skipping what you fucking texted. You know what I mean? So I think in this case with Maxx, like just less being said is more in this case. And I think if you take that approach, because the nation already loves you. Yeah. Like if they feel you're being disingenuous, look at how they turned on Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Like when they felt like he wasn't being truthful and honest, and he was just being real, they turned on him. Besides his play, his play slipped. Yeah. So I don't want to see that happen to him. So I just sometimes less is more. That'd be the only thing I would say.
I like that. Real quick, you guys. Terron Johnson, officially a Raider. We have acquired him from Buffalo in a trade, swapping our 6th for a 7th with Buffalo. So the former second team All-Pro in 2023, and now our starting nickel corner right now. I like the move. Didn't really cost us a lot. I think it's $8 million towards the cap this year, $10 million next year with no guaranteed money on the books next year. It's essentially a 1-year deal. You can get out of this deal after the season. So I like the move. 29 years old from my city, Sheldon High School's own. I remember watching him growing up. The kid's a baller. So I'm excited. He's a leader. He's a leader. I know you've seen Joe and Hammer what Aaron Rodgers had to say about him.
Hey, I got to take this real quick. I'm going to step off. Take me off camera real quick.
It's all good, brother. All good.
Uh-oh. There might be some breaking news.
But again, Taron Johnson, you guys, officially a Raider. So there you have it. So the tie, damn, Joe, I know I ain't shit. You got to tell everybody, laugh out loud. Salute to my guy in the building, Ty, man. Again, Terron's official and Malcolm Kuntz is official, you guys. So we're still waiting for Quay, Naylor, Linderbomb, Nakobe. Oh, Matt Gay's official too. Hey, Gay's official. Gay's official. Taron Johnson and Malcolm Kuntz are official. So now we play the waiting game for the rest of the guys. So stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I wonder if they save Linderbomb for last.
Probably. Just make it happen. Just make it official. Put ink to paper. That's it.
Yeah, man. So
2 hours, almost 2 hours, hour and 45, whatever. Like, there's a lot to talk about.
I want to see what's going on over here. I just typed in his name and it came up. All right. Yep, there we go. Raiders just put it out there as well. We have acquired Taron Johnson in a 2026 7th round pick, 228th overall via a trade with the Buffalo Bills. Now, this 7th round pick goes to the Jets, you guys. We ended up swapping that and getting the 6th back from the Jets for Geno Smith. So don't pay any mind to this 7th round pick. That is actually the Jets. So we get a 6 back, if that makes any sense. So, again, Taron Johnson, official. He's officially a Raider. So to I am Ryan Bass, man. Will we clear Wilkins with arbitration? You think? I don't know, bro. I really don't. I'll tell you this: if some of that stuff that was going on allegedly comes out, in court, I think the Raiders will get the money back. I think that some of that stuff is definitely under the guidelines of what you should not do as an employee. So, yeah.
What you got, Joe?
Expect a release coming shortly.
Ooh. Okay. A release.
A press release coming out shortly.
Oh, press release.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, a release.
Not a release, no, a press release. Yeah, my bad.
Okay. I'm like, holy shit.
Nah. If it was out of it, it would have been something else. But
yeah. Carlson, they wanted to move off of him. I know last year the good thing is he left on a high note. That last kick against Kansas City to win and kind of I guess leave the season on a high note, so to speak. But he had a down season and he's kind of declined since that 2021 year. Remember at one point, you guys, he was perfect at Allegiant Stadium. You would not look at Allegiant Stadium, man. And he just kind of, just too inconsistent. So I'm not upset about that. I'm okay with them letting Daniel Carlson walk. And again, there's some great kickers in this class, you guys. You can definitely bring in a really good young fresh leg through the draft or as a UDFA. So he said Graf had a factory reset when he heard release. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what's going on now, bro? I'm like, I don't know if I can handle any more of this shit.
Press release. It was someone with the team that just. Because I had hit them earlier about like, what's up with the so it'll be out shortly. Side note to all that, Lamar Jackson, they ran out of time to extend him on the deadline.
And they restructured him and they saved, I think, $40 million at that point. We might be onto something here, Joe. I'm telling you now, man, we might be onto something here, bro. And Lamar's gonna be pissed.
Oh, here we go. Dolphins have agreed to terms with former Packers safety and special teamer Zane Anderson, his agent David Canner, and Ness McGraby of Aura Sports Group tells the insiders.
Good old
that's like a fart in the wind. He sucks.
Yo, Zane Anderson. Hammer, you said that. I thought some shit was about to go down, man.
No, just anytime there's an update.
Hey, Joe, you gotta pull up on one of our watch parties sometimes. If Hammer's ahead of me on the game, he'll say so. He's like, "Oh shit, Raiders, 3 yards on the play." I'm like, 3 yards. I'm like, dude, you did all that shit for 3 yards? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Hammer is the GOAT of overreaction, bro.
Yo, I need Joe. Can you do the nation a favor?
Maybe.
Yo,
maybe.
Get the hat.
Nope.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but
so Graf, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Right.
One day I needed a haircut bad. I was supposed to go see my barber, so I had a beanie on. It's a cream colored beanie, but I had it twisted up like E40, right? And it looked like a condom because of the cream color. So between the modes and not the most
Hug these
and
white beanie time.
Yeah, see, it ain't happening. So
Condom Joe.
So
not Cotton Eye Joe, Condom Joe.
Condom Joe. Yeah.
Yo, that shit is hilarious, man. Kevin, bro, this is the thing, right? That deal, there's a lot more to that deal than the other deals. It's a 3-year, $81 million deal. I think 60, somewhere in that 60 range, guaranteed. It's gonna be easier to announce a Terron Johnson trade with Buffalo or Malcolm Kuntz on a 1-year deal. I think there's a little bit more to this than that. And again, I don't think there's any problems with this deal. Again, the GM for the Ravens kind of alluded to the fact when we lost him to the Raiders, it sounds like he's going to be a Raider. I get, again, we're all going to be kind of anxiety through the roof until it's official, but I believe that they're going to kind of wait for him to be the last one. I could be wrong. I think he's going to be the last announcement.
That deal is damn near fully guaranteed, and that's what's crazy about that. That a lot of people are, that's the shocking part of that deal is that it's almost fully guaranteed.
He said, Joe looked just like the tip. Yo, Ty is stupid, bro. Yo, y'all crazy as shit, man. Yo, again, man, while we wait, make sure you guys get those likes up, man. Hit that subscribe button on both channels. Are you still doing the YouTube thing, Joe, or are you just chilling?
Nah, right now, man, I've got this shit has been taken off. The writing and everything else has been taken off my YouTube. I need to get going on. I've been bullshitting, to be honest. Like I say, I'm not doing it because I'm going to. It's just I've been bullshitting. I got there's a show that I'm developing with a couple of people that is music entertainment and kind of culture oriented, you know what I'm saying, involving chefs here in Vegas and bringing on various guests with my boy who's Baby Bass's DJ, my boy Super James, music playing, we interview and they cook and we just talk music and whatever they're in, from sports to entertainment or whatever. So developing that and trying to get that running to the writing and then all the sports stuff. I'm all over the place right now. I just need to lock in, and it's been interesting. It's been tough.
You know, I'll be out there soon, right?
Just tap in.
Yeah,
you got the number.
And I'm talking about out there. I'm not just coming to visit. I'll be out there. So we're gonna lock in, bro. We're gonna have to come together like Voltron out there with everything we got going on.
Hell yeah.
Salute the mortgage loans. He heard me talking about houses, man. He summoned me. Leadership is an intangible asset. He makes us a max. I'm like, is he talking about? He said Mexican leadership. I'm like, what the hell's going on, bro? Is an intangible asset. He makes us a better team. Thank you for the content. Looking forward to the opening game. So I swear I thought it said Mex. Okay, it did. Okay, I was like, what the hell's going on? That's it. Yo, salute to my guy Mortgage Loan. Appreciate you, brother. Real talk.
Damn, be talking about look at fucking Donkey. I mean, Hug D's over there keeps talking shit with his big ass teeth.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Hug do got those Roman Reigns, bro.
You make Roman Reigns look like he got rice teeth.
Yo, he went straight. He got some crackers on him, man. Salute, hey Hug, man. I don't know how you close your mouth at night, bro. Biting his lips and shit.
Fucking go blind when some light hits him.
I wasn't invited to the party. Just saying, A-Rock, I wasn't invited.
What party? What party we talking about?
What party you talking about?
Oh, I see. No, I mean, bro, you don't live out there. Yeah, we don't live out there. So let me see. Some of y'all need proof to prove. Yeah, I'm like, I was kind of sometimes, man, when I read some of these supers, it's so it's challenging.
Goddamn autocorrect.
It's challenging as hell. So Foster Moreau to the Texans. Okay. Caps. Former Raider, great. Former
good for him, man.
Yeah, good for him. Dealing with the cancer thing. It's always good to see him still getting work, man. Salute to him. Andy, I agree. I think that Maxx is staying for life. I do. I don't see him. I don't think that he wants to be known as the guy that was kind of got whored around, Joe. Went from one team, went to another team. I don't think that I think Maxx is like, okay, look, I'm listening to God now. I'm cool. I'm going to stay around and I'm going to stay in Vegas where I need to be. I don't see him playing the whole musical chair shit here. I don't see it. Now, again, it could be out of his hands. Spytech and company can be like, look, we made our decision now, so if we get the best deal, we'll move you. But I think at this point, the roles have kind of switched here a little bit. I think, well, if it did, I think it's the Raiders now saying we're going to move you, and Maxx wanting to remain a Raider. Danny says, I want to hear from Maxx. You're not going to hear anything soon. I don't think you would hear anything soon. They got to get this shit situated before, there has to be some conversations that need to be had. He is in the building, which is a great sign of possibly a sit down here soon. But yeah, I don't think we're going to hear. I think he's kind of learned his lesson. I mean, he had to upload and delete his farewell video.
Did you see the NFL meme that they did?
Oh my God, bro! The Baltimore Raven highlights. Oh, yo, they showed him flying into Baltimore from Max's stories, and then it just ended. The music came on. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, yo, it's stupid, bro. They on some other shit, man.
Hey, if Dallas called and said we'll give you a first and a second next year, first this year, second next year, right now,
the deal that they pretty much offered us before outside of the player, because I think it was Osa. The defensive lineman that was, I mean, look, at that point, you have to You get 12. You get 12. And we were talking about potentially getting Lemon right there at 14. At 12, you jump the Rams. He may be available there.
Zesty Lemon.
I'm a Lemon guy. I think that he could be a dog. I think he would be that JSN.
You got a problem with it?
Yo, that shit was crazy, bro. Like it felt like I was watching Jalen again in Jacksonville. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like that little sassy ass. I was like, what the hell is going on, bro? But when you listen to his other interviews, they're not all like that. You know what I mean? I listened to one the other day. His dad is a Raider fan, so he grew up a Raider fan. You know, you love to hear that. But if 12 was there, you run it. 12 in a second, run it. I mean, what's the difference? I mean, Baltimore, let's say they are really good next year. They possibly can be. You get a late first, you know, I mean, I would do it, a 12 and a 2.
And if it was Lemon, let's say, look, I'll say this. I talked to 3 people that are, one is a former general manager, assistant general manager. He's looking for another gig right now. It's the time of the year they do that. Mm-hmm. And 2 player personnel guys. And they said straight up that Lemon reminds them of Puka Nacua. And that is the comp. But they said unlike Puka, who they feel is a little off, and maybe he may be getting a lot of piss tests coming up real soon.
Yeah.
They don't feel that with Lemon. They feel like Lemon is just super intense and like that he's, you know, and understand like what he did and work to where he got to where he's at. You know, this is the kid that coming out of high school as a 5-star, went to SC with his quarterback, stayed there just to get on the field, went and played cornerback for half the season, and then took Zach Branch's spot last year.
Yep. Didn't they both go to Oklahoma originally? They followed Lincoln back.
They were committed. Him and the other one were committed, but then they ended up going to SC when he came, and then you know, pause, and then he then you know, but then he took Zach's spot because Zach wasn't performing. Mm-hmm. So, and then he goes on to win a Biletnikoff. Yeah. So I mean, like, you can say what you want. Oh, he's this. The guy performs. He's probably he's got arguably the best hands in his draft. Yeah. And I say arguably because I know there's other receivers. Yeah. He can outrun you. He runs a tough routes, runs the route tree. He creates sudden movement, natural separation. Yeah. Yeah, he was weird at the podium. So what? I don't watch choir boys all the time.
Hey, bro, you know what's so crazy? He's so-called undersized at 5'11". But bro, this guy can go up and get the 50-50 ball. He's a contested. You know, he can catch those contested balls. Pause. Contested ball. like, I'm telling you, like, and bro, his football IQ is off the charts. He's a very smart kid when it comes to the football aspect of things. That's why I'm like, man, I'm sold. I think he could be a baller, man. But again, 12 in the second. Would you do that, Hammer? Would you take the Cowboys second, a future 2027, and their first this year?
No, because I like what we have right now.
Okay. I mean, look, I love what we added back with Maxx back too. Yeah. I love it. Like, again, I can live with Maxx remaining a Raider. But I think that if Dallas put that deal back on the table, I guarantee you Spytech is thinking, okay, should we do this? There's a call with Tom and company, like, should we put
at this point, like, Jerry Jones, that the geriatric fuck that he is, he needs to give up the power and let other people make conscious football decisions. I know it won't happen until he's 6 feet under, but that's the problem in Dallas. And they're constantly chasing, and every single year it's their year. No, the fuck it's not. We them boys. No, the fuck you're not.
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, if you mean to tell me you can get a 12, just the 12. I mean, let alone my ears perk up.
No, because I'm looking at the guys that they've signed in free agency, or the guys that are going to sign in free agency, and how they're locked in for the next 3 years. Like, this could be a very controlled, chaotic defense that people are like, the AFC West better look out.
Oh, definitely. And once again, let's not act as though I'm not going to act as though Maxx doesn't improve that pass rush with all those guys, you know. But again, I was excited even before Maxx was brought back with the idea of all these guys kind of all getting theirs in. You know what I mean? Like okay, we know that we know that Kwity Paye can get 8.5. We've seen him do it a few times. You know, Tyree, can he take that next step now with Maxx out of the picture? Can Malcolm Kuntz can he step up now without Maxx in the building? I was excited to see what these guys can do. I thought it was going to be more of a kind of a rotation of guys, a committee, nonetheless, of guys just getting after the passer. But look, man, that first and the second, I would think about it. Again, I think Spy Tech should stay on his square 2 firsts. If you can't get them, then it is what it is. But that 12 definitely intrigues me because, again, you know, what are you trying to do right here, Joe? You're trying to build around your young quarterback. You're trying to give him as many weapons as possible. They just built that defense up through free agency. They're going to add some more guys in the draft as well. If you can go get a blue chip guy like a Lemon right there at 12 or 14 originally with the Ravens, you got to pull the trigger there, man. Because, again, it's never a guarantee that you're going to be in a position next year to potentially get a Jeremiah Smith. You know what I mean? It's just there's never any guarantees in the NFL. We just seen that shit with Maxx coming back to Vegas. So the Geno trade is official, you guys. Okay, so he's officially gone. Yeah, goodbye.
I hope that he has another teammate with the New York Jets that they cracked Geno's jaw.
Did you see the NY Post cover?
No.
Had Geno on it? Oh my God, bro. Geno is on the cover of the NY Post, and it says jaw dropping. Bro,
yes.
This dude gets trolled by Wendy, by the New York Post. Yo, like how if I'm Geno, man, I'm just saying, you know what, bro? I'm 35. Let me go ahead and just leave this football shit alone.
Fucking Brees Hall put a tweet out there like, oh, it looks like Jets got a lot of money in Florham Park. Like he about to pull up on Geno and be like, give me my fucking money.
I mean, bro, they're paying 36-year-old linebackers. You know what I mean? They're not taking care of their young superstar running back. I'd be pissed off too. And it seems as though the Jets is damn near the only team now. Remember 2 years ago, the value of the running back position diminished.
Yeah, everybody was saying like moving forward, it was very much depreciated.
Yeah.
And look what
Josh Jacobs, Saquon, like everybody, we're like, damn, these guys, they're not getting paid shit. And then now
K9 with $15 million a year. Like I thought that ship sailed a long time ago, and I guess not. So look, Genty produces the next 3-4 years because you know they'll pick up his 5th-year option as long as he's consistent. His market value is going to be excess of 18 up.
Salute to Lance as well on the $5 special. Appreciate you, brother. I'm looking on Twitter right now, you guys. I'm seeing Chris Rodriguez. You mentioned Chris Rodriguez, the running back, goes to Jacksonville. Well, the Commanders are tendering run. Did you say that? Didn't that one say he was going to the Jags?
No, it said he was going to the Commanders.
Okay, so he's sticking around. Okay, sticking around.
And hold on. Evan Neal is back with
The Giants.
The Patriots agreed to terms with free agent Julian Hill, safety Mike Brown, per the insiders. Let me just find this one on Rodriguez again, just to make sure that.
No, it is. They picked up the tender on him. I'm looking at it right now. So yeah,
the Hammer gonna pull up on Geno.
Hey, bro. Hey, man, you right down the street from him now.
Don't threaten me with a good time, bro.
Hammer, tell him don't block me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why he blocked me, dog. Like,
I'm gonna pull up and be like, Geno,
jaw dropping. Yo, New York Post they're out of pocket for that, bro. They're cold. So it's my people at New York Post. I've been over there with them several times doing work, but that was nasty work. That was nasty work, bro. Jaw dropping. It's like, damn. And again, you know, Geno is the tank commander, you guys. You know, he led Sam Darnold to Seattle to win a championship. He led Fernando Mendoza, you know, to the promised land in Vegas, and now he's going to lead the Jets to Arch Manning. It's going to happen. I'm telling y'all now, man. Like this guy, if you want a number one quarterback, you want a guy.
Geno's your guy.
He's your guy, man. He's your guy. He is the guy to get the guy. Salute to Lance. With rookie quarterback deal, we have tons of cap for Maxx and others for next 4 years. Keep Maxx. You can always work the cap. So the rookie did, yeah. But I mean, honestly, though, Lance, we don't have anybody to pay but Brock Bowers. JPJ will be up in another year. But I mean, who else? We have a young team. Think about it. Like, who else do we have? Do we have to pay Genty? And we have the 5th-year option on him too.
You don't think they keep Mayer, right?
I think that, well, you know what? We would have to get that done this year. Trey Tucker, possibly.
I think Jonah Lulu. I think Jonah's a guy that could get paid if he played. You know, he's played well for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, for a big portion of last year, he was leading us in the sack department. Paul.
DeMarcus asked Joe, what do you think of Green Bay releasing Hobbs?
I think it was, you know, he played what 50-something snaps and made $18 million or whatever it was. So, I mean, cut him now while you can. I mean, it's an $8 million hit, but they free up a ton of money. So I could care less. You know, again, I'm of the belief of if someone's not performing and you sign them and you know it's not working out, get rid of them. Cut them. Don't have the headache.
Weren't you guys playing them outside too? You weren't even putting them in.
They started to, because I mean, Javon Buller's one of the better slot DBs in the game, and then when Javon went down, they moved him inside. He was healthy-ish, and then I don't know. He went with the Jags.
He went with the Jags. Chris Rodriguez. So
yeah, I don't know. He's not a. I don't know. Like I like the signing at first because I thought. Hold on, Raiders press release. This one's this. Well, Geno Smith press release. Okay, there's that one. No, just they just sent that press release. But yeah. But Hobbs, whatever. I mean, he'll end up probably in Houston or somewhere like that.
When he's healthy, he's a physical corner that can play the run. He's a great tackler.
Yep.
He leaves a lot to be desired in coverage. If you play him in the nickel, he's cool here and there, but you put him outside. He played outside at college pretty well, Illinois. Was it Illinois? Yeah, Illinois, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But
Lovie Smith was his coach.
Yep. But I mean, they're not missing out. I knew when people were complaining about losing Nate Hobbs in free agency, I'm like, now you just like shit to complain about. Like, what are we doing here, bro? And I like Nate. He's a good dude. But again, a guy that's been getting the bag, just got a bag for nothing. Nothing. I mean, bro, if you can't outplay Keyshawn Nixon.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this because I'm biased, because Keyshawn is literally, I've known Keyshawn.
I know, LA guy.
Yeah, but no, since he was going to junior college, he trained with my son. I've known, like, literally, me and Key are close.
Yeah.
So Key really didn't have a bad year. He just was put in bad positions, and there was some times where somebody didn't do their job and it made him look bad last year. He had a couple bad plays, but the guy's an all-pro kick returner.
Oh, great kick return! But then he didn't want to kick return kicks.
It was because he knew he was going to be playing corner full time. So it was like, what do you want me to do? There was and the whole thing, and it's Rich. I love Rich to death. Bisaccia is love Rich to death.
I love the love you have for him. You go to war for him on Twitter. I've seen you.
I do.
Saying Rich is a good dude.
He is one of the look. So there was a time where me, another reporter, and it was after Rich took over for Gruden, and we were at the M having a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And Rich came over and goes, "Hey, can a couple of guys sit down and have some beers with everything off the record and just fucking talk like men?" Yeah. So we sit down and we're talking, and he said to us that before I took over the captain's chair, I didn't realize how fucked up this situation is.
Yeah.
John has this place completely fucked up in disarray. I'm trying to clean this shit up, and I can barely coach or do anything.
Real quick, Joe. Hammer is passing out right now.
No, I'm not.
I seen it. Listen,
bullshit.
I know you got to go to work. I just got the text message. Get some rest, brother. Joe, you want to hang out for another 10 minutes with me, brother?
I want to hear this. I want to hear this story. This shit got me mad. I'm like, yo, what?
So he said John had it all fucked up in terms of like the way the personnel department was going, and then the coaching and decision making and everything else. He said he went into detail on how fucked up it was.
Yeah.
And when it came to making him the head coach, like I love Rich as a person, as a man. Like, he's great. He at one time was one of the better special teams coaches, but there are times where the game just passes you by, or you're not. It's not the right situation for you, and that was it in Green Bay. I don't think that, but I don't like when people just take shots at coaches without any knowledge of what goes on behind the scenes or schematically what no one knows. Excuse me, nobody knows what the game plan is going into a game. No fan does. So, they should have done this, and that's why like PFF to me is crazy, because you don't know what their job is supposed to do.
Yeah.
And yet you're grading on what grading scale what you think it is.
Yeah.
And now that becomes the definitive mark because Chris Collinsworth owns it and he uses it on Sunday Night Football. Like, are you kidding me?
Wild.
So like it becomes a whole, I don't know, but like I just don't like when people take shots at Rich. He's a good dude. I mean, and if I was a coach and I was a younger coach and I wanted a veteran guy that I could have his ear that has been around, Rich would be a guy that I would call.
Yeah. I've heard he was a phenomenal human being. I was just laughing at people that thought that he should be named the head coach because of what he did. That was a great run with the Raiders. Again, it was a weird COVID year where we faced some teams that were without offensive linemen, starting quarterbacks. We kind of snuck our way in, Joe. You know that in 2021, right? And, and thank God we did. I was there at the Chargers game. I caught COVID there at Italy, the Legion Stadium that damn day. You remember, Hammer? Remember I had COVID on my birthday when we played the Bengals in the wild card. I was cooked. But it was all worth it too.
He was cooked while I was fucking plastered
ass drunk. but again, I think Richie, I've always heard he's a great human being. But again, I just think that he was, not meant to be a head coach. And I thought he was going to do great things in Green Bay. And it seemed like he was doing okay there for a minute. And I don't know. Was it bad from the jump? Or was it?
No, I mean, it wasn't. Again, it doesn't necessarily go to Rich. It's a philosophy thing in Green Bay. Like okay, so they signed with Skylar Moore. You know, okay. Yeah. As long as he's not playing receiver, I like he's a great return. They haven't had a guy that just returns kicks since Allen Rossum. That was like in 2010. Yeah.
A blast for the past.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always been like,
sounds like the Raiders since 2010.
So okay. So and then you have when you have Xavier McKinney and Javon Bullard and Evan Williams on special teams, they're your starters. Why the fuck are they on special teams? Like they don't. It's an organizational way of thinking that there was a shift in it, and he couldn't change it. And then you can't help. Like there's some things like block kicks where you don't have lineman in, you have somebody else in a blocking, and you get a kick blocked in. What was it in Cleveland or whatever? So shit like that where it's an organization. He made a couple mistakes, but overall, it's an organizational thing that in the special teams there has been shitty for a long time.
Yeah. Salute, man, to my guys. Hammer, go get some rest. Joe, I appreciate you, brother, for coming and hanging out with us. We got to run one here soon too, brother. Definitely.
Anytime, man.
I'm gonna hit you. We got to catch up because I want to talk about Vegas and kind of bend your ear a little bit on some spots out there that I'm looking at. You know what I mean? So I know you're way more familiar with the area, brother. So I'm looking at Henderson, but I want to know some areas out there that you would possibly think would be cool. You know what I mean?
Got you.
All right, my brother Joe, man. Have a blessed one, and
you guys too.
Before we get out of here, man, let everybody know again where they can follow you, man, and check out your work.
All my socials is the same on Twitter, IG, Joe Arrigo _. Just follow me there. Make it easy.
There you go. And we'll put all the stuff in the comment section, you guys, or in the description, man, and go check out our guy Joe, man. Joe,
appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Go do your thing, man. Salute to my guy Joe for pulling up, kicking it. Hammer, go take your ass to sleep, bro.
Yo, y'all noticed the GTA theme that we had going today? Look at the hats, y'all.
Yeah, man.
That shit is wild, though.
That shit is cold. It's cold. You know what's crazy, bro? These were at the combine. So this and this, $15 a piece.
Oh wow,
$15 a piece.
There's still one that I really want to get that they came out with during the season, was that cartoonish looking one that they did for all teams. I want to cop that shit. I got to try to find it.
Again, man, salute to everybody here in the building. So far, we got Matt Gay, Taron Johnson, and Malcolm Kuntz. Those are the 3 officials up to this point. So we're going to kind of, we got to play the waiting game with Linderbomb, Naylor, Nakobe, and Quay. So stay tuned. Salute to S. Dot, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. He says Dylan Parham's going to unblock Gino. Yo, Omega, that was the guy that I was interested in bringing in. So they put the ERFA on Sean Tucker. He was really a good backup for them.
Yo, hug these. You ain't shit.
The gay ass signing. Yo, Ty, put the rainbow emojis up in the chat. Y'all crazy.
Oh, that's stupid.
Other than that, man, we're over 2 hours. I need to eat something, dog. I've been live for probably 4 or 5 hours today. If we'll have a ton of content once we bring in Linderbomb and everything's official. Also, you guys, Wasted will be live here in the next hour or so as well. Expect bro to do his thing. So, but again, we'll be here every step of the way. You already know what it is. Again, I thought these signs were going to be a little back to back and kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
We've been here for almost 2.5 hours. I'm not going to sit here another 2.5 hours and wait.
What time is it out there? It's going on 3 o'clock. Watch, there's going to be stuff to come down the pipe like over the next couple of hours.
Yeah. We'll be here again, you guys, every step of the way. Salute to the almost 3,000 people in the building. Wipe them feet, break them thumbs on Hammer's channel. And also, you guys, hit that subscribe button. Again, when these signings are official, expect to see me live again. So I'll probably be live a little bit more later. Until then, I got to get some things done around the house. Love and appreciate you guys so much for rocking with us. As always, salute to the chat. We are out. One.